Hello, everybody. DMJ Reptiles. Guys, got a big guest again tonight. 2 weeks in a row. But we're going to talk about tonight's guest, Tony Thomas, Hardwired Exotics. Awesome dude. We actually were able to talk face to face for the first time today. That was pretty awesome. And we had to cut it short to save it for the live because we probably could have talked straight through until the live. But thanks for everyone for jumping in. If you don't subscribe, please subscribe to DMJ Reptiles and Hardwired Exotics. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Hit us up with questions, anything. Let's make this a fun live. Right, Jen?
Yeah.
All righty. So here is Tony. What is up?
What's up, man?
Nothing much, man. I think I'm somewhat set, even though I'm still not happy with my lighting. But I am happy about my microphone. Hey, I don't know how the echo came out, but I'll watch that. Fancy. We're fancy here at DMJ Reptiles. $40 Amazon mic, $40 Amazon headphones.
Yep.
Moving up in the world.
I'm working off a Chromebook tonight.
Nice. Yeah. I always use I don't even know what brand, HP computer. And I just use like an external cam. Yeah, Sal Gomez made it first. So he's the biggest fan.
Sal.
Yeah, Gomez Pythons.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever talked with him, but I've seen the name.
Really good guy. He lives like 3 hours from me, and if they didn't cancel all the damn reptile expos, we probably would have met already. But every expo in New York is shot.
Good old New York.
Oh yeah. I gotta get my beverage going. I can't. I'm staying away from my bourbon. I'm going with a little wine to be a little fancy today.
Yeah.
I like my wine with a steak, but I guess I'll take my wine by itself, Gomez wanted to know, what are you drinking over there at Hardwired?
Jägermeister.
Really? In a glass? Oh, man. That's why you got that thick beard, man. That's rough to drink in a glass like that. Holy shit.
If I drink anything that's not moonshine or vodka, it's Jägermeister.
My buddy wants me to I've been researching for weeks. He wants to make moonshine.
Yeah.
So we've been looking into it, and then because I think it's very scientific. I think a lot of it's got to be temperature controlled and making sure that that you're making your mash correctly and fermenting awesome and the correct mixture and all that good stuff.
There's a lot to it.
Oh my God, there is. I mean, I've spent like hours and hours. There's this like kooky old guy. I forgot his channel. I watch him on YouTube, and he's awesome. Out all types of stills and everything.
Yeah. So first time I ever seen moonshine made was in a freaking crock pot at my uncle's house.
Really?
Made a steel out of a crock pot on his kitchen table.
Nice.
And I was hooked since.
Some people make it. It's like lava, but I've had moonshine that is like it's dangerous because it's smooth.
Yeah.
So you have a couple shots of it, and then you think you're fine because it tastes like apple juice, and then all of a sudden kicks in, and you're like, "Holy cow!" It feels like I just drank a 6-pack.
Yep. So just go ahead and jump into this, I guess. I assume there's some people watching. Man, I just want to send some prayers and thoughts out to Billy, Mutation Creation. I didn't know anything about it. We haven't been on social media, but some friends were blowing my phone up when we were talking earlier, asking me if I had seen what was going on with Billy. Apparently some FedEx screwed some crap up, and he actually had some snakes come in frozen.
Oh no!
From the looks of it, from what I seen, which was very little, but from what I seen, I don't think some of them's going to make it. So some prayers need to go out to those animals and for Billy too, and that whole crew over there. So, man, that's devastating. So,
Hell yeah! I've never gotten a DOA. I couldn't even imagine, especially if it's multiple.
yeah, it was. I don't know how many snakes it was, but I know I at least seen a dozen.
Oh my god!
One of them for sure was in bad shape. So it's bad news. And there's no excuse for it. I mean, we've had, you ship several hundred, even 1,000 snakes a year. You're going to have some hiccups here and there, but snakes getting left outside on the tarmacs, that's FedEx. That's just a freaking screw up from FedEx. They should have known better. So it's bad,
Yeah,
man.
it's not even about the. I mean, that was money, but it's more of
Oh, I don't even care about the money.
Animals.
Yeah, screw the money, man. I don't even want to think about it.
Are you shipping animals right now? Like now that this is like the danger zone?
Yeah, we shipped out this past week to most areas. I had a couple of customers that were really, really wanted to just wait, which I'm okay with that. I was like, look, we'll wait till we get a gap in the weather somewhere in January or even February. There's always a window there somewhere we can work around. But I did ship out some. Well, I don't even know what the day is. Friday. So my wife had surgery Monday. And even through all that, I was still able to manage to get some snakes out Tuesday, and everything went fine. Everybody got them. I think there was 6 or 7 packages that went out. Everything was fine. So I will do it, but I won't do any more for the rest of the year. So
yeah, I don't want to ship anything. I have a couple people that want geckos, and I'm like, it's even worse for geckos because they're so sensitive to heat.
Yep.
So you got to deal with them getting cooked or frozen, Yep. So I had one customer that was pushing for one. I said, listen, let's just wait till after the new year. Let's wait for the holiday because shipping's going to be bad for a little bit. All those returns. I mean, people are doing everything online shipping. So
yeah, especially this year with all this COVID crap, everything's being done online. I mean, I know most everything I've bought this entire year has been online. So, I mean, we live in the sticks anyway, so most of the time it's just easier just to have it shipped to us than have to drive an hour to go get something. So,
how far is the closest hub to you?
So there is a small hub in Register, Georgia, which is 45 minutes from me. But during the summer, I can't ship out of that hub because they leave that hub around 6 o'clock in the afternoon. During the summer, it's still sometimes, anything. It is nothing for Georgia to be over 90. So during the summer, I can't ship out of there. So I have to go to Savannah. Savannah's about an hour and 40 minutes.
Oh, my goodness.
So that's why we only ship once a week.
Yeah, so you can bundle them up. Yeah, I mean, that's a 3-hour chore.
Yeah, that I don't get any compensation for. I mean, the customers buy the snake. We charge $50 flat rate shipping. So most of the time I'm losing money on shipping already. But especially when you consider the time it takes to pack everything up, drive, and drop everything off, gas money, all that. It's a lose for us. But doing it once a week is the only way that we can even somewhat come out even. So
yeah, I can imagine when you produce big numbers, forget it. That's your weekly chore going to the hub.
Yep. I have schedules, I have a work schedule that I follow unless something comes up, and then I can change it. And that's where people they're like, well, it must be nice to, just work from home. But I mean, I still have things I have to get done. But the other main difference is if something messes up, it's my fault. I don't have a boss or a company that covers my ass for me. It's all on me.
Oh yeah.
So I have a schedule that I have to keep up with. And if something comes up or a doctor's appointment or a kid's got this going on, or my wife's got this, or, I want to go do something or whatever, I have to rearrange that schedule so that I still get everything done in that week. So it ain't easy. Unless you've been there, you don't really understand it. So it's,
Yeah.
it ain't easy. It ain't. Everybody wants to do this for a living, but they really don't understand.
Oh, you put in hours. It's not even, a 40-hour job. I bet you would love a 40-hour job right now.
Yeah. I don't even know if I've ever worked a real 40-hour job, not without some sort of side hustle to get off and go do again.
Yeah.
I've just always worked. I didn't come from a lot of money, so you either didn't do nothing and didn't have nothing, or you got your butt out there and worked for it.
Yeah, made it happen.
I like to have stuff. I'm not going to lie about it. I want something, I go buy it or do whatever I got to do to get it.
Yeah, I mean, you got a lot of toys. I see your side by side.
Yeah, I have 2 side by sides. We really enjoy those things, man.
Yeah, I want one. I have a few friends with the Can-Am, the turbocharged Can-Am ones. And though my one buddy, he like put tons of money into this thing, and it's crazy. I mean, when you're in those things popping wheelies in them, it's just the craziest rush ever. I actually posted a picture on Instagram. The Yamaha Rhino.
Mm-hmm.
We wheelied one.
Nice.
Me and my friends. Yeah, the 3 fattest people, me included, were in the bed of it, standing on the back, pulling back, and we were able to ride that fucker like 20 feet in a wheelie.
Yep.
And my son, he must have been like 7 years old. He got the best photo of all of us staring, looking to the right, while the side by sides at like really steep wheelie.
Nice. Those 660 Rhinos, man, them things are tough.
Well, this one's an older one.
Yep.
And I mean, that thing gets beat. That thing gets really beat. But it's still alive. It's an older. It was that. When Yamaha had that like, it's a snake scale pattern actually. It's like a red snake scale pattern, black and red, or alligator pattern.
I don't remember that.
It's an older one.
Yeah. Well, when they quit with the Rhino, they went to the Wolverine. Not the old four-wheeler Wolverine, but the side-by-side Wolverine. And that's one of the 2 that we have is what it is, Wolverine.
Yeah.
It's on 35-inch tires. It's a mud beast.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, because you guys in Georgia got all types of woods to be playing in.
Woods and swamps.
You guys have gators in Georgia?
Yeah.
Is that a big deal?
Yeah. Apparently that's a big deal. Shane Kelly from Small Town Exotics was here a couple of weeks ago. He gets off the freaking airplane. The first freaking thing out of his mouth is, "Y'all got gators here?"
Oh, that's right. I just watched that.
Like, yeah, you want to see one?
Oh, so you can get gator bites too. I may have to add Georgia to the possibilities I'll move to. Hogs and gators?
Oh, plenty of hogs. Yeah, I'll find an alligator within an hour. I can be on top of an alligator.
Really? What's the hunting laws for them?
They're illegal.
You can't hunt them? So no gator nuggets at the,
we won't talk
boy
about
shop. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I gotta say, that's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah. And we grew up with alligators, so it's not like it's a big deal to us, but apparently the rest of the world thinks it is.
I mean, like if you seen an alligator in the water, or you saw alligator in the water yesterday, you'll go in the water today?
Oh yeah.
We kayak in the river with alligators swimming all around.
That was my wife, by the way.
Yeah.
She's TikToking or something. I don't know.
I'm trying to do a TikTok live because we got like 30,000 followers on TikTok. So I'm just trying to see if anybody would view it. There's a bunch of little kids, but hey, a bunch of little kids is better than nothing.
I don't do the TikTok. My son's the TikToker of the residence.
She's got one video. It's got like 1 million watches on it or something. I don't know.
All because of his snakes and Blair.
Yeah, they do that.
Blair is a little cutie, man. That kid's adorable. I miss having a kid running around. I really do.
Yeah. No.
I just don't want any more. I'm already outnumbered. I can't add more to the equation.
Yeah. Which, by the way, my wife does all the social media stuff. So all the YouTube and all that, man, she does all that. So I'm too busy actually working. She does all the computer crap.
That's awesome.
And
I tried getting
them there. You know, they say that video or the video you just posted, or you know, you just posted this snake, or you know, whatever. I'm like, freak, man, I ain't got a clue. I don't know what you're talking about. I got to go watch it to find out what it's about.
Now, who edits? She does all the editing as well for the videos.
All of it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Craig comes over usually on a Wednesday, and we film either 1 or 2 episodes on that Wednesday, and she gets it, and I don't see it till y'all see it.
Do you watch your videos?
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
Yep, I watch them all the way through. I don't know. Most of the stuff that you see on YouTube is a week or 2 weeks old, so I already forgot what we filmed about. So it's fun kind of watching it, kind of like a repeat.
And you guys are really organized over there.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Well, I'm the one that kind of like pushed him a little bit to do the YouTube stuff. I literally like begged him for like a year. It felt like, come on now, when you do YouTube, YouTube's fun. I can do the video. I love video, and just let's do it. So finally, we started doing it.
I hate cameras.
Like a little over a year now, so it's been fun. I love it.
She likes it. I don't like it. I'll be straight up. I don't like it. I don't like any social media stuff. I'm a homebody. I don't like to be bothered. I'd rather be in the woods, to be honest.
Oh yeah. Especially you're a good hunter. I saw you pick off a squirrel in one of the videos.
Yeah. Thought it was fun.
Does your wife
do one with a bow? So.
Does your wife eat squirrel?
I don't know. Do you eat squirrel?
I've never had.
I don't know if she's ever had it.
Before.
She's not a meat connoisseur like I am. Like I'll try just about anything, especially when it's meat.
No, I'll try stuff. Just I don't know. Just depending on what it is. Not a big fish person.
Yeah, she don't like fish.
What about you guys eat sushi?
I will. I'm telling you, I eat about anything.
I only like the salmon sushi. I mean, is it the salmon that I like?
You like the orange one or the pink one?
I don't know.
She likes the fried crabs. What she likes.
I don't know what it is. It tastes good.
She likes blackened salmon. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah,
but that's about the only fish she actually likes if it's cooked good.
Yeah,
that's like my wife. My wife didn't touch any seafood at all. Only thing she would have is like fish fry stuff. You know, that was like her extent. She likes crab and lobster. She likes shellfish, but not fish.
Yeah.
But now I got her eating salmon, which is good because I love eating salmon.
I used to eat fish growing up, but for whatever reason, I don't know. It just kind of, I don't like the fish itself in the water. Like I don't want to touch it. And then I remember seeing something on the fish when I was eating it one time, and it just grossed me out, and the texture. So just from there on out, I was just like, nope, I'm weird.
I can't believe how red I am. This is so fucking weird. When I back up, I'm more red. I was in the wind today. My friend asked me to help him do siding on his garage, and it was windy as hell, and it was like 40 degrees. So
wind kept. Yep. Yeah, I get like that too in a deer stand. If I don't have something over my face and the wind's blowing, my face would chap up.
Yeah, you got all that armor over there.
Yeah. Yeah, that part. My cheeks though, cheeks and nose are turning red.
My Fu Manchu didn't protect me. I gotta wait another 6 weeks. Maybe I'll have a little more protection.
Yeah.
Are you You still have any clutches going for the 2020 season?
Yeah. Let's see. I think Craig's got a clutch due in a couple of days. And then I have something due in a couple of weeks, or maybe about 2 weeks. But I still have one female that needs to lay. So
Yeah.
I'll be deep into the 2001 year, but still 2020 clutch. So
How do you when you label them, like I cut a day 56, just the way in my incubator they'll pip on 57, so I cut on 56. So I went 57 days from New Year's Day, and then that's where my cutoff was for 2020. So like I have one clutch that I'm considering my first 2021 clutch because it's due January 7th. But one more clutch too.
Yeah. So what I do, the way my system works, with numbering and keeping up with stuff is it starts in January. So anything that actually, hey,
Mario, it's my middle child.
So anything that actually hatches in 21 is labeled as a 21 animal.
Okay.
Started getting like, especially with Morph Market, I had to change it up a little bit when I started with Morph Market. 4 years ago, I guess. I don't know how long Morph Market's been out there, but when it started with Morph Market, the way that their numbering system kind of worked, I changed my system kind of to meet their system a little bit easier, so that I label everything starting in January. So if it hatches January 1st, it is a 2021 baby.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a founding member on Morph Market.
Yep, been there since the start. I think I was one of the top or first 20 to get in.
Oh wow. Yeah, I noticed that today when I was doing my research. Seeing what I was actually looking for, seeing what blackheads you have. Because I know that you do a lot.
Yeah, I've previous years I've done a lot of blackhead stuff. This year I didn't do quite as much. This coming year, we're just going to have to see if some of these younger females will actually go. I think I'll only be using 3 blackhead males this coming year. 4 if the blackhead desert ghost starts breeding. So.
Oh my god, that sounds like an incredible snake, blackhead desert ghost.
Yep. So we made this past year we made 1.2 blackhead desert ghost combos. We were the first ones to make them, and I kept the male. I kept one female, and then Justin talked me out of the other female. He got the best looking snake, by the way.
Oh shit!
But anyway, I kept the 2 simpler ones. He got the crazy one, just because I didn't want to put too many genes into it right away. But anyway, the male's been a crap eater, so
it's one of those.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'm actually going to try to breed him or just hold off. We'll see. I mean, the older I get, the more I do this, the more patient I get. So,
yeah, I definitely. It's something that I've learned is because when I first got into the hobby, I was always like, oh, in 1 year they'll be ready to breed, and in 3 years the female will be ready to breed, and then, 4 years later the reality kicks in, and I got plenty of females that are 3 years, 4 years old, and
no males.
Like they don't want it, And I've had males like so like a big accomplishment, I think, as a breeder is producing animals with something you produced. So I produced a super Enchi Lemon Blast with a male that was an Enchi Lemon Blast that bred at a year old and 325 grams and produced a clutch. The male's at 2018 and he still hasn't locked with anybody. Opposite, 700 grams. It's just one of those things where when you walk into the hobby, you kind of think, you look at that awesome calculator and you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to produce this and the odds are this and I'm going to get that. And then you produce your first clutch and you don't even hit a fucking banana in a banana pairing.
Everybody watches Justin's crazy videos and they think they're going to get those crazy odds every time, and it don't work that way. Not even close, matter of fact. So.
Yeah, well, Justin kind of showed the heartache in that video you were in, where he had like, what was it, 28 eggs, and he didn't hit the Black Knight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he didn't know it was a Lilac at the time. So went for something and never hit it because he couldn't hit it.
Yeah.
So, Lilac animal won't reproduce both sides of that. So
I didn't even pick that up. Yeah, that's it's crazy how the odds go. And in some years you have great years. So this is my 5th year producing, and like one signature project is the Orange Ghost pie project that I have going.
Nice.
And I got this pastel Orange Ghost het pied, and I bred her in 2017. In 2018, she gave me eggs, and I hit 3 pieds, 2 pastel pieds, 1 regular pied. One of the pastel pieds, it came out of the egg, and then it died.
Oof.
I checked it, and that was the fucking male that I was supposed to breed back to mom. Because of course that's how it always goes. You never get what you want.
Never.
And then the next year she absorbed her eggs. But this year, I feel like this year is like the year of the pieds. Every one of my friends that bred pieds did really well with pie clutches.
Yeah.
And I'm one of them. I gotta say, man, I had the one clutch, same pairing, but this time I bred a pied het albino. So that's where I have the possible triple recessives we were talking about earlier. I hit 1 to 3, 4 pastel pieds.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was beautiful. But then my next pied clutch was pied het albino to Cine het pied, and I want a male. I have all these het pieds, that black pastel het pieds that I produced in 2018, and I need a male. I hit 3 cinnamon pieds, all female.
That's the way it goes, man. When you need something, you don't get it.
Say Niveo Exotics, my buddy Nick, he said, but you kept them all, Chino. So Nick has been asking for one of the snakes out of the egg.
Yeah.
It's not fucking happening, Nick. Sorry, buddy. And when I post pictures of the snake that he wants, I tag him in it.
Dirty.
Yeah, but Nick gets me just as much as I get him. So I got to even the playing field because he's a big ball breaker.
It happens.
So what was your first reptile?
Oh, my first reptile. So my very first reptile would have been a gopher turtle, which is illegal.
What is it again?
Gopher tortoise.
I've never even heard of them.
They're native to Georgia, completely illegal to keep.
Oh, does Georgia have weird reptile laws like that? New York has them like that too. You can't have any native reptiles.
No natives, not even corn snakes. Nothing.
So you have corn snakes down there too.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Do you do a lot of herping over there? Because you're in the woods a lot.
Well, I'm in the wood. I mean, not intentionally herping, but I mean, I run across stuff, all the time. So,
see any cool like corn snakes that you've never seen before, or anything like that?
We've ran across some really bright red ones, in a certain area around here. Some pretty cool copperheads. Some unique patterns on some copperheads. We see timbers and diamondbacks, but nothing really unusual. Never seen like an albino or a leucistic or anything, crazy like that. But yeah, that's about that's probably about the only unusual stuff. Some super red corns and some crazy patterns on some copperheads.
Yeah. We got copperheads up here, but I've never even seen one in person.
Yeah, I find a copperhead in our yard at least once a year. I mean, they're pretty common here.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And what do you do? Just grab it and relocate it, or you just let it go?
I
Just let it
usually
do its
feed
thing?
it. I usually give it a meal and then haul it off in the woods somewhere.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, so you'll catch it and then feed it, and
yeah,
then say, "Here you go, buddy.
yeah,
You don't need to worry about food for a while."
yeah. Leave. Don't bite my kids. So, but
Oh, where is it?
the copperhead is not super, super venomous. So most times, if an adult takes a bite from it, you don't have that much to worry about. But it will do a lot of damage to a kid. So
Yeah. Yeah. And what about and a dog too? I would assume too, right?
yeah, small dogs. Yeah,
So, do you have anything other than ball pythons in the reptile world?
yeah. I have some tarantulas, which honestly, it's time to give up. I used to keep and breed hundreds of tarantulas, and it's kind of dwindled down. And then I would get a couple more, and I'd get rid of them, and I'd get a couple more, and my wife actually,
Yeah, I was just say tell that story.
my wife actually held one and started collecting a few more. And she doesn't even hold the snake, so it's very unusual for her to.
Yeah, I saw her reaction bagging the snake for
Yeah,
delivery.
yeah. It's anyway, so we got some more a couple of, I guess, probably 2 years ago, and then I'm at a point now where just I have so much going on in my life that I even forget about them sometimes. I think we have 8 or 9, so I really need to sell them. I don't want to sell them, but I don't feel like I'm getting the enjoyment that somebody else could get. And I mean, some of these things are pretty cool, pretty good sized red knees, and got some Mexican pinks, which are pretty rare. But anyway, so as far as reptiles go, the only other thing I have is retics. We have, Lord, I don't know, six or seven retics.
Really? Oh, so you don't have problems retiring rats?
Nope, no, I always got a way to get rid of rats.
Oh,
Retics are my favorite, to be honest. I love the retics. I always have one. Always have had one at some point or another. Yeah, my daughter Blair loves her retic. She has one that's hers, and she loves that thing to death. So
I want one.
Man, they're just such cool animals. So they think, man, they move. You can watch them, and just the way they move, and you almost see their brain turning when they're moving around. So really cool species, man. Really have a heart for them.
I want one so badly. That's another reason why I got to leave New York, because I would love. I mean, I don't think I want to breed them, but I wouldn't mind having one, if not two.
Yeah, I mean, I have intentions of breeding these. I have two that are breeding size. I've bred them in the past, but they're more pets. I mean, some of the girls I will breed and do intend to breed at some point. Especially, I have a rented ghost genetic stripe that I got from Travis Warren. That's one of 2 females in the world. Beautiful, beautiful snake, and definitely intend to putting her into some projects. So, but it's going to be very small projects. So,
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to keep them small because the amount of eggs that they have, especially if she's like, if she drops like 60 of them for you. Holy cow!
yeah, that's why I don't care about trying to breed a lot of them. If I have 1 clutch or 2 clutches a year, that would be max. I would never pair more than 3 with intentions of hitting 2 clutches. So.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with the boas. Like I got the boas because I only have one big one. I have one that's over 20 pounds, But and then I have a male and a female that are the male's he latched. He's only like 600 grams. He latched with this massive female, so hopefully I get some offspring out of it. But then I have another offspring. But the whole idea is just, I have issues with retiring rats. I just have nothing to feed these retired rats, and I have no one since the larger species of snakes aren't legal in New York. There's not a high demand on jumbo rats.
Yep. Find somebody in another state, that's close by to come get them.
Yeah, I don't know if Massachusetts they're illegal, but I know that in I know New Hampshire they're legal, and I know that in PA they're legal. But we'll see. What I should do is I should bring a bunch to New Hampshire because I have an expo there on the 5th.
Nice.
Yeah, hopefully the world doesn't shut down by then. But because I was supposed to be at a show. Actually, I was supposed to be at a show on Sunday, but they canceled it last minute.
Babe, bring me that Jaeger.
Refill.
Yep.
You sure you trust me?
I said, bring it here.
Last time I got him tore up.
My wife's notorious for just pouring straight alcohol to the max. So, and if it goes in my glass, I drink it. So
Yeah, you can't waste it.
So she knows that.
Anything else?
Yeah.
How many years have you been producing?
That's good. You're good.
How many years have I been producing kids or snakes?
Snakes.
So I started the business in 2014. That's really when I got probably quote unquote serious about it. But I produced my first litter of boas in 2004.
Nice.
So I don't even. 16 years. So
I'm half Asian, so I'm great at math. You can test me.
I try to forget what this year is.
I know. At some point, you don't even like talking about years, right?
Yeah.
I'm at that point. I'm about to hit 40,
Yeah,
and I'm broke, so my midlife crisis is going to suck.
I'm having mine now.
I won't be able to get a Porsche convertible. It's going to be a fucking Fiat.
Yeah. I produced a couple of clutches of ball pythons prior to 2014, but it wasn't. I was doing it more because I thought it was cool or interesting, versus thinking I was going to do something like make a business out of it. But once I realized that I could move the animals and actually make money, I was like, hey, this be a nice little side hustle.
Yeah.
For somebody making, Lord, then I was probably making $24,000 a year. And I could turn another $2,000 a year. That, to me, in my head, that's pretty good freaking money. So.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I mean, I never expected it to do what it's done now, but here we are.
That's great. That's the reptile dream. To fucking, the way I've been thinking about it is the only asshole I want to work for is myself. Yeah. I'm tired of working for other idiots. I just never had luck with bosses. I still haven't had a boss where I'm like, I like working for him.
I don't know, man. I liked working, run a body shop, and man, I love to paint. I'm good at it. I like it. I just didn't like all the rest of the crap that went along with it. And I mean, a skill like that, man, a man needs to get paid. And being from a small town, they just couldn't afford to pay me what I needed to make. So, I mean,
I actually painted cars too, man.
that's cool.
Yeah, I did. I graduated. I went to BOCES for auto body.
Nice.
And my senior year, I got a job at a dealership, and I was painting cars because the painter there kept on getting runs, and I would bitch because I'd have to sand out his runs and polish them out.
Yep.
So one day he was like, he's like, why don't you try it out? And I was already painting cars in at BOCES, and I painted a Z06 Corvette, and I didn't get one fucking run on it, and that was it. I went from taping cars and sanding them down and polishing them to spraying.
Spray away.
But politics kicked in. You know, I was 18 years old getting flat rates painting cars at a giant Chevy dealership, and all these guys were there living in Brooklyn and sending their kids to private school, and they were doing regular auto body, and I was making more money than them. So before you knew it, you saw like other guys doing jobs that I was doing because I was killing it. I mean, I was able to tape a car. It'd be like 3 hours pay for taping, and I would tape the whole car in 1 hour. So I would just go on to the next one, go on to the next vehicle, and
yep. I would turn 20, 30 hours on an 8-hour day.
Yeah.
But I didn't get paid for that. I only got paid for my 8 hours.
Oh, you didn't get flat rates?
No, I got paid by the hour, and only I think the most I ever made working at a body shop was about $34,000 that year. I mean that. I mean, that ain't. I mean, it's you can live off of it, but that ain't good money.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where I'm glad I did it because it's something to, like, you obviously love cars, and you love the process in doing it.
Yep.
So, I mean, now I bet, do you have any project cars?
Well, there's a 67 Cuda in the shop.
Nice.
And
What's the link to that?
Cassie's posting a link on our page now. See, social media. I don't fuck with it.
That's so awesome. My wife doesn't help me with social media, but she does clean snakes and rodents with me, so I can't.
My wife don't do any of that.
Oh.
So all that's on me. Anything outside this house is on me. So, but yeah, I mean, if you follow me on Facebook and Instagram, I do a lot of I paint guns, build guns, paint them. So I've kind of sitting here wanting to paint stuff, and I'm like, shoot, man, I can paint pretty good, and I like guns, so let's see how this combo works. And it's kind of turned into a small little side business here and there. So I still paint a little bit. It's in me. I mean, I have to do it. So.
Yeah, maybe I'll get my gun sent to you, the one that I'm getting built right now. It's in West Virginia.
It's better than New York.
Fucking a lot better than New York. See that? I'm talking about New York. I'm turning red.
I have enough stuff. I have enough stuff in this house to freaking put me under the jail in New York. Yeah, they send me a life sentence for the stuff I have here. Yeah,
well, I mean, if you have a magazine with 7 rounds in it, that's a felony. So
what I'm talking about. Man. I have at least 130 round mags.
Oh my god, that's like my Ruger. They had those magazines that clip into each other, so you can have 3 of them.
Yep.
Well, at least it was nice. You get 30 rounds every time you're going shooting. And I didn't even know that's a felony if you clip them together.
Yep.
Yeah, New York is crazy.
Shotguns that hold more than 7 rounds. That's just crazy, man. Screw all them states.
Yeah, no, I need to go to a pro Second Amendment state and just
Texas and Georgia, man.
I love my guns, and I'm an advocate for gun safety and taking care of your shit and doing the right thing and educating children. And my son, when he was 6 years old, my buddy is a retired police chief, and he taught my son how to shoot on a He shot a 38 Special Magnum. And he went through all the gun safety. Like, it was like a classroom pretty much. I mean, the kids sat around and I mean, they were in the zone, you know. They knew they were going to shoot some cool guns, so they were like all about it, you know. But
Yep.
they spent 30 minutes on gun safety. They spent, you know, time on dry practicing, you know, how to handle the gun, holding it down, you know, voice command words and commands and when to shoot and all of that. And I posted a picture on Facebook. It's the worst thing I could have done. And it's my 6-year-old wearing muddy pants, no shirt, and he's got his ears on and he's holding this 38 Special. And then it turned into like, oh God, it turned into like a 2-day debate. I had people telling me that I was taking away his innocence. And I'm like, no, I'm teaching him a life lesson to respect these things.
Yep.
Because they're dangerous. You know, like, you know what? He's got that itch, you know, where people wish, they've never shot a gun. It's done. He's done it before. You
Yep.
know, he's gone past. You should have seen him when he shot the AR-15. Shot an AR, and it was with a short barrel. And I mean, that fucker was loud. Oh my God. He had the earmuffs on and he was still like, oh, my ears.
Yep. He'll never forget that day. Never forget it.
Well, I honestly think he'll remember the Mossberg shotgun over the AR. He shot a 12 gauge, and we knew we only had one round in it because he shot it, and as soon as he shot it, his whole body went back, and we were ready to catch the gun, you know, because he dropped it right off the bat. He said, "Oh, my shoulder."
Yep. Yeah, I'll never forget the first time I shot a shotgun too. So, yeah, AR doesn't even kick. I mean, it's like shooting
It's just that
gun.
loud. It's that loud, right in your fucking ears.
Well, let me rephrase that because I have a couple of ARs that will kick, but a normal AR that's calibered in 5.56 or 2.23 doesn't kick that bad. But yeah, 12 gauge for a little kid it's got some punch to it.
12 gauge for a 60-pound 9-year-old.
Yeah. Yeah, my daughter shot her last year. She had just turned 9 or almost turned 9. And she shot her first deer last year with 243.
Oh, your daughter's that? I thought your daughter was young.
Nope, she's 9 now. I don't remember. I know she killed it in November. Let's see, do the math here. So yeah, she would have been 8. She would have been 8 when she shot the deer. So
that's awesome.
Yep, skinned it.
Her mom ain't shot a deer yet.
Yeah, Cassie's yet to shoot one.
I have bad luck.
But she's been bow hunting. My wife's been bow hunting, so you know the odds are stacked against you when you're bow hunting. So, but I'm proud of her for trying. She hadn't with our newborn son. It's been harder for her to get away. So,
oh yeah,
her time will come. So,
yeah, before you know it, he'll be packing bags with you guys.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Out in the stand.
I'm so ready. So ready. So, I mean, it's fun having a little girl and taking her hunting, man, but that's just something about a man and a son walking through the woods hunting, you know what I mean? I'm ready.
Yeah. Surprisingly, though, I got to say, with having 2 boys and a girl, I have the most, like, common ground with my daughter. Yeah. She's, like, the most like me, which is scary. It scares the life out of me. I mean, she wrestles. And, you know, we go and do wrestling tournaments, and she's like kicking the crap out of these little boys. I love it. It's like amazing. Yeah. You know, she gets in there, puts her hands up, and then she fucking slams them on their face. Nice. And then you hear like the mother's like, get her. And she's beating their child.
Yeah. Blair won't admit it, but she's a little mini me too.
Yeah. Oh, firstborn. I mean, she's gonna be hanging out with her dad. Plus you're home, so forget it. You know.
Yeah, Blair was homeschooled even before all this COVID stuff, so we've always kind of been right here at home. So this hasn't really changed much for her.
How's she with the snakes? Is she involved with the snakes too?
Yeah, she likes us. She'll handle them. She'll handle the babies and stuff. She's a little freaked out on the bigger adult ball pythons, but she'll handle a 7-foot retic. I haven't figured that one out yet, but I don't know. But I guess because she's grew up with that with the retic. I mean, we got that thing straight out the egg. It still had egg skin on it when we got that girl retic. So she's literally been there since the first week of its life. So
That's awesome.
yeah, she likes the snakes. She won't admit this either, but when she has friends or family that comes over, she likes to brag on having all the snakes and how cool it is. So
Yeah.
So she takes care of our rabbits. We breed rabbits too, and she's part of her chores is to take care of the rabbits. So she does pretty good with that. And if I'm having a long day or if I get stuck in the woods or get stuck doing something, I can tell her to go feed the rats and water them, and she'll go do that for me too. Not that I ask her to do that very often, but she has done it 2 or 3 times. So
you don't have water line systems?
I do, but I still use 5-gallon buckets. So you have to fill those up.
You see, I cheat. I got a refrigerator kit with a mechanical float.
Yeah.
So it's a double-edged sword because if you get an escapee, exactly. Yeah. So if when they do chew the tub, and then one gets out, and then they're looking for water, they chew a line, and all of a sudden you just see water coming out from the floor.
Yeah. And I might not go in my rat room for 2 or 3 days. So I don't like that system. With a 5-gallon bucket, it lasts 2 or 3 days, and if one of them gets out or something happens or whatever, it's only going to flood 1, maybe 2 tubs, but that's going to be it. So
yeah, because that's like the most heartbreaking thing is when you flood tubs, it breaks my heart. I mean, other than the fact like the poor animals obviously suffered,
Yeah. I tell it's like, I understand I'm raising rats, but in them, man, man, I walk in there, I'm like, screw this, man. It's just, I don't know, man. That's like, it's worth feeling for me when it comes to the rats is having to drown because they trying to climb to the top of the screen.
That screen's holding them in.
Like, oh man, even thinking about that crap. Luckily, lately I hadn't had that too much happen, so
and
I've been preaching it.
Knock on wood, me too. We haven't had a
better knock on some wood too. I'll go at this and I'll have hoods.
And I love my rats. I mean, like, I talk to people and they think I'm fucking crazy when I say that I breed mice, rats, and African sofers, and I'm like, they're so rewarding. Mine come up for pets. I just have like when I open up my tub, I talk to my rats and pet them.
Mm-hmm.
So when I open up and clean the bins, they all get pets before they're put into a clean bin. Yeah. And you not gonna get attacked. I do. I prefer the rats than I mean, like, do you breed African sofers?
I'm not answering that, but they're.
Oh, are they legal in Georgia?
Yeah, you're not supposed to have them.
I fucking hate African sofers. I hate them. I talk to all these people. They go, "Oh no, I never get bit." I'm like, "This is fucking crazy." I get bit every time I clean the bins, and all I have is I think I have like 8 colonies of them. And those little fuckers, they puncture my gloves when they bite me. And then the mice, forget it. The mice are little ninjas.
Dude, I got some cool mice. I know it sounds weird because all I do is breed them for feeders, but I got some really cool mice. So I'm really happy with my mice and stuff. They're pretty cool. So rats too, man. I got some really cool ones.
Yeah, what kinds do you have?
I mean, I have thousands of rats. So I mean, there's blues, Dumbos, hairless, hooded, black
Rex.
pieds, Rex, Siamese, Martins. I mean,
Yeah.
and I don't keep up with none of that crap, so they just breed with whatever. So never, no telling what they produce over and over
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
So they got some blue Siamese. They're kind of cool looking.
I like the blue ones, man.
I do too.
I typically hold like when I see the blue Rexes, it's like they go right to the grow out bin. If there's it's female, all right, you're going in the cold grow out bin.
Yeah, I'm the same way. That's how I ended up over. You breed rats for 8 years, you end up with some really cool stuff. So, yeah, a buddy of mine, Wes Collins, in his grip reptile, he come up a couple days ago, and we just swapped rats. I think he brought like a dozen male rats, and I gave him a dozen rats just to get some new blood in there. And he brought me some of the premier different ones that he had, and I gave him whatever he wanted out of my stuff. So we swapped up some bloodline and got some new stuff too. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, that's what I do with. He's in here. VIP Morphs, Vinny Meyer.
Yeah.
I met Vinny Meyer. He was selling. He had rats on Craigslist, and I needed rats. When I moved upstate, like when I lived in Westchester, I had 2 companies to choose from that delivered rats right to my fucking door. It's great, because if I didn't produce enough, then I could just order. And I move upstate. One company's like, no way, because they're in Long Island. The other company's like hour and a half from us. And they're like, yeah, we can do a delivery, but it's a $1,000 minimum. So I was driving 2 hours to my father's house and getting rodent deliveries just so that I can have rodents and then driving back up. And that's when we started, we built the facility, and, now we have all the colonies. But I still wasn't producing enough. And I meet Vinny, and I'm going, he's selling rats. And I'm like, how many colonies do you have? And he's like, oh, I got 13. And I'm like, how many snakes do you have? He's like, I got 100. I'm like, well, how the fuck are you selling? How are you selling rats? He goes, oh, because I average 25 babies a litter, 20 to 25 babies. So, I scooped up a shit ton of females.
No
and
kid.
I brought those bloodlines into mine, and now I average 20 to 25 babies a litter.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm almost willing to take a road trip to get that.
Come on up, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. It's this the easy combination: Missouri rat food and fucking Vinny Meyer's rats. And I swear, man, it's crazy. And when I'm talking like 25, pup litters, it's not like there's those squirmy, bony ones. Like these are little fucking piglets in there.
Yeah, I'm lucky if I get 16 to 18.
Yeah, I think a big part of it also, because he, I pretty much took a lot of advice from him. He has a controlled environment in his rodent facility, so his rodents don't see anything below 70 degrees and above 75 degrees all year round.
Yeah, that's
and
nice
I think that made a big difference, because this year I actually started really overproducing, and I think it's because I put an air conditioner down there. So when I put the air, but it's like a double-edged sword, because my electricity bill went up, $100 a month.
Yep.
But even that,
cooler. This year I bought a big swamp cooler and put it in my rat room. Made a tremendous difference. It kept the temperature. So a swamp cooler, you don't really see them on the East Coast too much, but they use them a lot out west. So if anybody out west is watching this, they know what I'm talking about. But it's a big fan, and it has filtered water drips on the back of it. So it pulls air through a filtered water drip and blows cool air out on the other side of it.
Yeah, we used to use those in the hotel.
Yep,
we use those for like outdoor weddings.
Yep, exactly. So I bought a big one and stuck it in my rat room. It went from having 100-degree temperatures in there to keeping it right below 90.
Yeah, that'll make a difference.
It made a big difference.
So you also probably have big fans in there circulating the air as well.
I have 2 box fans, and then I have a big 36 exhaust on in. So actually, my rat room is actually in a old paint room. Actually, a paint where the cars at, and the room is set up for a side draft, so it pulls air in on one side and sucks it out the other side. So I use that same principle for the rats. Pulls air in from the outside, sucks it out on a big exhaust fan. But I have 2 box fans blowing in there as well, and then I set that swamp cooler in there during the summer. So
yeah, my buddy Curtis from Mythical Exotics, he has a massive barn, and he's got these fans that got to be like at least 6 feet. The fan blade's got to be at least 6 feet, and he's got
big ass fans,
huge. It looks like a jet, you know.
Yeah,
and they blow air in one side and out the other of the barn, and because we get, we're not like Georgia, but we'll hit 100 degrees a few times.
Yeah.
So cooling is a big issue with rodents up here.
Yeah, it's summertime. In the wintertime, not so bad. I just take a small little electric heater in there with them. I have a natural gas backup heater for when it's freezing for a couple of weeks. I can turn it on instead of using electricity. But 30-degree, 40-degree nights, I just turn a little electric heater on, shut the fans off, and it'll stay warm enough. 50 to 60 degrees in the rat room, which is fine for them. They'll still breed really good. My rats do way better during the winter. They like that colder temperature.
Oh yeah. So how many colonies of rats do you have? How many tubs?
It's 100. Last I counted, it was 113 rat tubs.
Oh shit! You build all your racks?
No. Over the years, I've kind of bought collections out. I say over the years, I haven't bought a collection out in probably 2 years now, but I used to buy out a lot of collections when I was kind of just trying to get all rolling. And a lot of those racks come from those people. And I've also traded, snakes or whatever. Somebody has some rat racks they want to build or get rid of. I'll trade you a snake for those or whatever. So, but recently I've started making my own, mainly because craftsmanship on some of the stuff that I've gotten has been pretty crappy. So, my dad is a master carpenter, so kind of watching him and learning from him has increased the odds of them getting out or biting through. So we've made some really cool mouse racks, especially. So we got some in the works right now on some mice racks. I'm pretty excited about getting those going. So.
Yeah, I keep my mice in stainless steel tubs. The hotel pans.
Gotcha.
6-inch hotel pans.
Mm-hmm.
You get them off Amazon for $10.
Yeah.
And because I had too many issues with African sulfurs escaping in the past, so we switched to that. And I started with 1 double racks, 12 tubs, and I was hooked. So now I'm up to 36 of those, and I haven't turned back because there's something about knowing the security. That's like with the rat racks. The worst thing in the world that happen is when you fucking slide out a rat tub and then the whole thing fucking drops down.
Yep. I have 96. I have 96 mice colonies.
Holy shit!
Yep. So I have plenty of rodents.
That's a lot of this. Fucking going tub to tub.
Yep. Yeah. We produce probably 200 babies a week. It's about what I do.
Nice.
So, luckily this year, most of the babies of snakes have sold so quickly. I haven't had to burn through a lot of hoppers. And I've been able to sell to some local people that needed them. So been fortunate on that. Actually, I'm trying to up the mice production so that I can help some of my local people. So around here, nobody breeds mice.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody close to me that breeds the amount of mice that I breed. They just can't do it. So, and it took me about 4 years to learn how to do it, maybe 5 years to learn how to breed mice.
Yeah, mice are tough, man. I didn't learn how to breed mice until like 3 years ago. And it was funny, that was another me buying mice off of Craigslist. And then I got I learned all the secrets, because I was doing it all wrong. What I was doing was I was buying pregnant mice from the rodent company. So they must have been giving me mice that were like, I it must be like the end of their time, you know. So like half of them would die before they even had their litter, let alone once they have their litter and they're nursing, then they die after that. So I had no luck with mice for years. I hated doing mice. That's why I did ASFs, and because ASFs, I mean, once that colony starts going, that's it. They're just it's like popcorn in the microwave. They just explode. But this guy taught me. He's like, you grow out your mice, you separate your females, you grow out your females together, you feed off your males, you make your colonies with your females, and then you introduce a male to it and let the male grow in while they're growing up as well. And holy shit, I mean, like right now, I'm so happy with my mice production. Right, this like in the last 2 months, I've actually been hitting some serious numbers because the pan is not that big. It's 12 by 20 inches, and I do like 1 to 8 colonies. And some of these bins, man, I mean, you're talking like 40, 50 hoppers in it.
Nice.
Yeah, which is nice because my season was late with my snakes, so got plenty of snakes to feed them to before I switch them over to either ASFs or rats.
Nice.
So, what advice would you say that you've gotten that kind of really synced in with you to get you to where you are today?
Probably two things. First one is screw what everybody thinks. If you like it, go with it. And two would be don't be scared to spend some money. I mean,
Yeah,
I can tell you numerous times that I eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and grilled cheeses for weeks because I was trying to spend money on getting the animals that I wanted to be able to add to my collection. And I still get told, man, I hear it every day almost, such and such said that you don't know what you're doing, and such said that, you really shouldn't do that, or, blah, blah. Man, screw that, dude. I do my own thing. If you don't like it, fucking go on somewhere. I mean, it's not that. There's plenty of other people to go talk about. That's just the way I feel about it. Obviously, I have a fairly decent following, and I'm an honest guy. I mean, I don't freaking powder coat nothing, and I don't hide anything. I mean, it is what it is. Obviously, what I'm doing is somewhat working. I mean, I'm doing this for a living, so I'm not doing this for a living, screwing everybody over.
Yeah.
I'm not sending out sick snakes that are dying on people, or being completely wrong on every snake I sell on genetic wise. I probably sold snakes that aren't ID'd correctly. I mean, everybody's done it. I mean, I don't know a single person out there that's been doing this for more than 2 years that hasn't ID'd something wrong at some point or another. I mean, we're human beings. You're going to screw up. But my biggest thing is something's wrong, I tell the customer. I mean, you get what you get when you get something from me. There's no surprises, good or bad. So,
yeah. I mean, human error is a big factor, and I mean, when it comes to labeling, that's why I like what Ozzy writes. Because on Ozzy's thing, I believe it says no genetics are guaranteed.
Nope.
Because
mine had been since I think I changed mine in August of 2018. Basically, just states that I don't guarantee any genetics anymore unless you're buying a hit. So I mean, I 100% back up every hit I sell, but sometimes you just don't freaking know, man. Especially with some of these newer genes that I kind of work with a little bit. Redhead, Nova. Fuck, man, we don't even know what some of these genes are even capable of. So,
yeah, I'm going through it now. I have like 5 spot nose pinstripe combos that I can't. I just I can't determine exactly what they are.
yep.
You know, because spot nose pinstripe fire and spot nose pinstripe pastel are very similar.
Yep.
So it's a similar outcome, and pinstripe is like what I've seen, even with the same male, is the offspring look a lot different. There really isn't as much consistency as you would think with such a dominant morph. That it's a mind fuck. And then of course when you're looking, when you have that snake where you don't know what the hell it is, and then you're looking at it, and then you're looking at it, and then you're going on Morph Market, you're going to World Balls, and you're sending it to, you know, different breeders and asking for advice. You know, it's unfortunately what I've been doing is I've just been holding them back. I figure, fuck it, they're female, throw them out. When I do figure out what the hell they are, and I do sell them, they're gonna have a snake closer to breed.
Yeah, most of the time, if you ask other breeders, they're going to tell you, hell, I don't know, and they probably either don't or they just don't want to be. I know I get this all the time too. Well, especially with blackhead, because you know I'm pretty well known for the blackhead stuff. So people will send me these pictures and, you know, pastel blackhead to mystic yellow belly or something like that, and they send me some pictures, and sometimes a picture I can't tell. Especially when you put pastel in the blackhead. I don't do that pairing. I think I've only made a handful in my life. I'm not familiar with pastel blackhead stuff, and then I tell them, I was like, look, man, I don't do pastel blackhead combos if I can help it, and I'm not sure, but this is what I think it is. And you tell somebody that, and then they'll turn around and post it online. Well, you know, Tony Thomas, the Hardwired Exotic, said this is this snake. And that's not what you say. You know, I said that's what I think it is. It's not. I didn't say that's what it is. And there's a big difference there. But I've gotten now where I don't even try to help very many people ID stuff because, Tony Thomas said this and blah 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 blah, and I'm like, I didn't say that. I just said I think that's what it is. I don't want anybody coming back to me and say, well, you ID'd this as such and such. And I think a lot of us bigger breeders have gotten to that point where we don't want to help people because people take that help and they just try to make their snakes seem like there's something that they might not be because you asked us for help. And a lot of us have backed out of helping people because of that. So 1 or 2 bad people are causing everybody else not to get good results from asking some of us for IDing their snakes. And that's unfortunate.
Yeah, because that's big right there for someone to be like, oh, this is validated by the blackhead king. You know, like.
Yep. Yeah, and I've got called in that a lot. So, and then you say something to them and they're like, well, it's not that big of a deal. Well, yeah, it is a big deal. You know, somebody buys that snake from you saying that I called it a blackhead and it proves out not to be blackhead. That's going to make me look like a dick. So,
yeah.
And I hate to be like that, man, because I love helping people. I don't have I'm an open book, man. You can ask me whatever, and I'll tell you. But it's unfortunate. Same thing with posting stuff online. Like, I get tagged in stuff all the time on Facebook. It's like, you know, Tony Thomas said, what do you think about this? And it's like, man, I just don't even answer it. It's like, I'm not fixing to get into a debate with somebody that's been keeping snakes for 8 months on how you should do this or how you should do that or what this snake is or ID this or ID that. When you got, you know, you got 20 people been keeping snakes for 8 months that are telling somebody the wrong information, because as soon as you post something, you know, years of experience this is what I think, you automatically are going to get blasted online because you don't know what you're talking about, referring to me. So I don't even post stuff online anymore. I try to help people online, and that's unfortunate as well because some of the newer keepers just don't know how to respect some of the more experienced keepers, and it keeps a lot of us from helping other people.
Yeah, I went through that with Facebook. I don't even and I know it's bad because it's good to keep your name out there and it's good to help people and you want to generally help people, but
100%.
there's been times where I've given advice and then all of a sudden like and I'll start the phrase saying like this is what I think. I'm not right or wrong. I'm just telling you my opinion. And I've had someone fucking message me and shit on me because because I said sperm plugs. So
Yeah.
I got shit on because I said sperm plugs because they're hemipin casters. Okay. But then there's this scenarios where you're like arguing with people, like you see people arguing. I got shit on for saying a morph that I thought the animal was on like one of those genetic groups or whatever, what they are or whatnot. And I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm not doing the input.
Yep.
I said what I thought, and everybody else said their shit, and all of a sudden there's like 10 comments about why I'm wrong.
Yep.
Well, you want people to come out and tell your opinion, and then you see people that are like giving genetic responses, and then you look at their page and they have, 2 ball pythons cohabiting in a fucking 10-gallon tank, and they're telling you you're wrong. And it's like, yeah, you know what? I go on to just research. I stay and I just research.
Yep. People, I mean, I would much rather somebody send me a message, and talk to me one-on-one than posting something out on Facebook because I'm not going to respond to it.
So. Yeah, I give my phone number. I don't even like to fucking message it because everyone screenshots shit. So you may say something that, can be turned into something else when it's in writing. So I prefer just to talk to I'm also old school. I fucking hate text messaging. I prefer to talk to somebody on the phone. We have Bluetooth technology. I keep a fucking Bluetooth in my ear. I don't need to fucking text you.
Yeah, I don't mind talking either. I think a lot of people are intimidated to even text or call me though. So I don't know.
So you have a Desert Ghost hypo project.
Yep.
Which is awesome to see that you work with because I actually had a double het Desert Ghost hypo land on my lap.
Nice.
The price was right, and I need a Desert Ghost female because all I have is one male. I have a powerhouse Desert Ghost male. So obviously I want to get females. Hopefully he's been latching with 6 girls. So, and it's a nice snake. It's one of my top snakes. I got it from Doug from Bow Basement. It's a female maker, banana, Desert Ghost het pied.
Nice.
So now I'm like, oh, you know what? The price was right. I was at the last expo I did. I saw it and I was like, you know what? I'll get it. And then I never seen anyone else working with it except for MH Pythons. Matt from MH Pythons.
Yeah.
But then I saw that you're working with it. So I definitely got to hopefully I can make some money and reinvest because right now I'm not at the reinvestment stage. I spent a lot of money at the beginning of the year because my main project is Hypo Clown.
Nice.
But what's like the future of that project for you? Like, what do you plan on mixing in, or is it under what is it? Not public.
Oh no, I don't hide nothing. I mean, you can ask me whatever. I'll tell you. Anybody that comes to the facility is welcome to open any drawers I got. I don't care.
What did I do? Chino needs to get me some of the clown hypo shit.
Yeah.
Chino can pull up to a buffet and eat a dick. Thank you, David. That was very nice of you. Appreciate it.
I don't know who that is, but I need to meet him.
That's David Cease. So on December 26th, I'll announce it now. On December 26th, I'm going to do my live stream on a Saturday, and we are going to have a pretty much. It's going to be called the post-Christmas Circle of Jerks.
Circle of Jerks.
So I invited all my asshole reptile breeders, and we're going to live stream on the Saturday after Christmas talking shit about each other. So it should be fun. There's quite a bit of assholes in the live chat right now.
Yeah. I'm an asshole too, but it's all good. But anyway, Hypo Desert Ghost, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know where that project's going to go. I just wanted to spit out some. I'll be honest with you, my whole collection is eventually going to go to Desert Ghost. There is no gene out there, in my opinion, that makes every snake that it touches better. And a lot of people argue with me about clown, but if you know me, I'm not a big clown guy.
Yeah, I saw you just actually finally added some clowns.
Yeah, I have two now, but I mean, I've bred them before. I've sent a 1.3 quad set over to Craig's 2 years ago, some double het clown exanthic stuff, combos. But I mean, I've had clown, I've worked it before, just not my thing. My wife really liked clown, so Justin's kind of talked me into it. So I have some clowns, but it's not my thing. But we're going to try to introduce some. I got some things twirling in my head that I want to see what it does with clown. So we'll see where it goes. But anyway, yeah, I wanted to see everything go Desert Ghost, and that's where I'm headed. Probably it's going to take a long time to do it, but I can pretty much guarantee you at some point my entire collection will be Desert Ghost.
Yeah, I
at least. So
I want it. I mean, just what it does, like a prime example, you'll never find a nicer pinstripe than a Desert Ghost pinstripe.
Yep.
It's crazy what it does to it.
Yep. Fire, yellow belly. I mean, just the simple stuff. Mojave, blackhead, cypress. Every single gene out there looks better in Desert Ghost.
Except for banana.
Yeah, probably banana, but I don't have a lot of banana stuff.
The one that I have is banana, and I'm like, oh fuck.
But at the same time, I've never personally seen an adult banana Desert Ghost. Not in pictures, just in person. So it may look better. I'm sure it's got to look better. I mean, it has to look better than a normal banana.
It does. It definitely looks better than a normal banana, but it doesn't.
There's not a out there that doesn't make look better. That's what I'm going for. I never really liked the Desert Ghost Hypo project until 4 years ago when Justin made the Fire Hypo Desert Ghost. Screw that, man. I want that shit. So that's where I'm going. I don't want everything I have Desert Ghost Hypo, but definitely some Desert Ghost Hypo stuff. So, and I'm close. I have a vanilla Hypo Desert Ghost male. Hopefully he breeds for me this year. The vanilla Hypo Desert Ghost is not quite as nice as the Fire Hypo Desert Ghost, but it's not missing it by much. And then I have the Fire Desert Ghost hit Hypo. So half a gene away.
Nice.
Making the Fire Desert Ghost Hypo. But we'll see. I mean, I made some pretty cool double hits this year. I got a bunch of chocolate OD double het stuff. Some of that stuff's even available. Really think the chocolate OD Hypo Desert Ghost is going to be freaking nuts. I don't even remember right now what else I made. I know I have a vanilla leopard double het Hypo Desert Ghost female that I made this year. I think the leopard, the Hypo Desert Ghost stuff is going to be nice. The pinstripe Hypo Desert Ghost is going to be nice. This Hypo pinstripe looks good too. So
Yeah, I'm die hard with hypo. Hypo's one of the genes. Like back to what you were saying earlier about any advice is stick with what you want to work with. Do with what you like. I got into hypo. Everybody fucking hated hypo. I bought multiple hypo females for $60.
wow.
People didn't want them. These are like fucking 1,500-gram snakes.
Yeah.
And it.
I gotta take a break. I'm listening, but go ahead. I'm gonna get me out.
Yeah, so I mean, that was my big ordeal, and now I put hypo into everything. Hypo into clown, hypo into pied, soon to be desert ghost, and even genetic stripe. What we got over here? Down the road. I'm reading comments because some people were talking shit about me not reading comments last time. I figure I'll try to stay more alert. Hypo champagne lemon blast breeder male. Nice. Your son's got a lot. Your son has a nicer collection than me. It's very hard. It's very heartbreaking for me. How does my mic sound? You guys like this? DMJ Reptiles. I cannot wait to use that for the entrance. I got a fancy mic. I was jealous of Brian Cusco, so I bought a mic, and this thing does an echo. Let's see if I missed anything. Chino can pull up to the buffet and eat a dick. Eat a dick, eat a dick, eat a dick. EAD. What she just says. Chino Tony. Anyone give you shit about anything, tell them they're more than welcome to eat a dick. Thank you, Dad.
My wife had surgery Monday, so she's a little impaired at the moment.
Yeah.
But her parents were nice enough to come get the kids for us tonight, so I didn't have to babysit while I was doing this.
Yeah, little man not running around.
Man, that kid stay up. He's like me, man. He'll stay up till 1 or 2 o'clock.
Oh, he's your night owl child.
Yeah, but he sleeps in good, so that's a plus. He's hardly ever up before 9:30.
That's Jennifer. Jennifer is if we need her to go to bed, she eats a melatonin gummy, or she won't fall asleep.
Yeah, it's pretty nice though because I can actually get up some mornings and go hunting and be back before he's even out of bed. So I enjoy that.
About to feed my blackhead yellow belly from Hardwired right now.
Blackhead yellow belly. Yeah, I made a bunch of blackhead yellow belly stuff. It's one of my favorite yellow bellies. Actually, the blackhead OD yellow belly is probably one of the best blackhead combos out there, in my opinion. If you see, I have an adult female, man. That thing's freaking ridiculous. Beautiful snake. A lot of people don't think about it. I just done a YouTube on this too. So blackhead actually is a really dark snake, and Orange Dream gives a really good contrast. It makes those blackers black on a just a regular OD. So when you stack blackhead to OD, it really, really, really makes a black snake. People don't think about using OD to make something darker, but it does, especially on the blackhead OD yellow belly. So
I like blackhead. I ended up doing like a group buy, and I got the price was right, so I ended up getting. I paid for 2 females, but one ended up being male, unfortunately. So I got a butter blackhead male and a pastel blackhead female. And as I said, like I was buying a bunch of snakes for this person, and they, the price was right to add that to the order. And holy shit, when I got those snakes, I was like, wow, I was really sleeping on blackhead. And she just hit about 800 grams. So I'm looking forward. I have no idea what I'm going to breed to her. The pastel blackhead.
Yeah.
but it would be nice. I just hatched out a snake that I think is a spot nose OD firefly pinstripe. And I think I hit a male and a female. So that male actually may be a candidate for breeding to the pastel. I just don't know. I mean, the super pastel with the black head, I'm afraid of it washing it out somewhat.
Yeah, I don't like pastel blackhead stuff too much. There are some good I made pastel blackhead leopard and pastel blackhead leopard lesser. Both were head desert ghost stuff, and they look pretty good, surprisingly good actually. So I mean, it has its place, pastel does, but most of the pastel blackhead stuff I don't really like. The super blackhead pastel looks pretty good, but I don't think I would. I've yet to see. Not saying that it doesn't exist, but I've yet to see a super blackhead. I mean, excuse me, a super pastel blackhead combo that looks good to me. Somebody's probably made one out there. I just hadn't seen it yet, but I don't know. Somebody send me a picture of a good looking one so I can change my mind on that.
We'll see in 2 years maybe, if I'm lucky.
Yeah, fire helps. So, look, there's Shane.
You made it. Christmas party's done.
We're already done talking about alligators. You can go back home.
He's such a good dude. I kind of like how I messaged you. It was just like, hey man, you want to do a live stream? I did it for Shane, and he was like, yeah man. It's like I'm off for a month, so I'll get back to me in 2 weeks. And I got back to him. We did a live stream, and since then we've been buddies. Such a cool guy.
Yeah, Shane's good people. Not very many people I will let into my house, and he's one of them. Gators.
So, what any pairings that you're really looking forward to for 2021?
Oh, you know what, man? Just this past week, I've kind of laid out my my females and wrote down the males and the backup males that I want to use for them. I haven't even paired anything yet, to be honest. I'm slacking and kind of taking a little break this year. I think I'm gonna cut back a little bit on the amount of clutches and kind of spend some time back to my roots and spend some time with my family a little bit more than what I've been doing. I've been grinding on the snake business for a long time, and I need to cut back a little bit. I need to enjoy the fruits of my labor for a little bit. So this year, I think I'm going to. It's in my opinion, it's well deserved of me to just kind of cut back a little bit, and I still producing. I'm still going to make some cool stuff, I hope, but it's not going to be on the level that I've been doing the past couple of years. Focusing a little bit more on some pied stuff this year. Probably 50% of the pairings I'm going to do is going to be het pieds this year, making some different combos. A lot of blackhead pied stuff. I've had my blackhead pied breeder male for 2 seasons now, and I've made some cool stuff with him, but I'm going to run him pretty ragged this year. I'm going to make a lot of blackhead pied stuff, I think, if the females go anyway. I really like the blackhead pied project a lot, and I'm pretty excited about that. May even shoot for the super blackhead pied. Not sure yet. I got an OD ivory pied male that I'm going to use pretty heavy, and we'll see. I mean, I'm pretty excited about the redhead project. Hopefully, be some interesting stuff come out of the redhead project, and yeah, I don't know. We'll see, but I definitely expect a lot of hits. I done a lot of hit desert ghost stuff this year, so I've been getting a lot of crap about the hits. People, why don't you make the visuals? Go for the money, blah blah blah. And it's like, man, I don't care about the money. I'm doing this for what I want to make, and making some of these crazy hits is part of where I want to be at. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, when you're, it's hard to for people to see it that you have to produce hets to bring in other genes.
Yeah. A lot of people don't understand that. I don't quite understand why they don't understand it, but it's very true.
Yeah, I mean, I think what it is also is unfortunately everyone is like 0 to 60. They don't realize that even if you go out and spend $50,000 in steaks, you're going to have to take the long road somewhere. Just because you bought all those steaks, you're going to be producing the same shit.
Yep.
If you're not making hets and introducing other genes.
Yep.
You know, you can't always breed visual to het, let alone or even visual to visual.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I prefer het to visual.
I don't think I've done any visual to visual pairing this year, and probably won't this coming year either. I might. Well, let me rephrase that. I do have a inchy pinstripe desert ghost girl. I'm thinking I might do fire spot nose desert ghost to her. So we'll see, because I really want to get some more fire desert ghost combos to keep back, and I know I'll hit all visuals if I do visual to visual. So I might do that one, but if I do, that'll be the only one I do this year. It'll be visual to visual. Everything else is going to be head to visual or a visual to a non-head to make my hits. So we'll see. I don't mind.
I want to do it just because I've never done it. Like this year was the first year that I actually produced with a super, and I didn't even fucking realize it. Like when I cut the clutch and I did the video, and I'm like, holy shit, they're all pastel. And then I'm like, you fucking dumbass, you bred. It was Killer B Orange Ghost female, but I was making double heads. So I was like, holy shit, I was so happy about it, you know.
Yeah,
but I
made some triple hit stuff this year that I never hit the market. They were either the ones I did let go of or sold. That's another thing, man. I mean, I have a really good customer base, and man, there are some good people, and a lot of those people are already on waiting lists for stuff this coming year. So, you know, I think we're gonna make like 56 clutches in total for this year. I doubt half of them ever even hit the market. People are waiting on them and or saying, hey, what have you got? And I could tell them, hey, I got this that just hatched. It'll be ready in a couple of weeks, and they'll want to drop a deposit to hold something or, you know, whatever. So very fortunate this year. Had really, really, really good customers and friends that took care of us, made my life a lot easier not having to post crap. But I got some triple hits that I made this year I'm pretty excited about. And then actually one of the clutches that I have left is my first triple hits that I ever made. She had 7 eggs, 3 were slugs, unfortunately. So I have 4 eggs cooking for hypoexanthic pods.
Oh shit.
So we'll see in about a month, I guess.
And you bred head to head for all 6 or
triple head to triple head. Yeah. They're combos too. There's more genes. None of them will be normals. They'll all be some sort of combos. So
that's crazy. That's gonna be a fun clutch to open up and see. Holy shit!
I'm excited. I've been working the Exanthic Pod project with a Joloff line Exanthic for 8 years. I've yet to hit one. So
really,
yep. Stacked. Odds have been stacked against me on that project hard, but I could have definitely went and bought. Well, you can't buy an Exanthic Joloff line Exanthic pod because nobody's made it yet. But I got to went and bought a VPI pod years ago for the amount of time and money I've spent trying to make my own. But it is what it is. But yeah, I have Joloff line Exanthic hypo pod clutch. Could see the triple visual in the next month. So.
Oh shit, that's gonna be a cool clutch because
fingers crossed.
You know, if you hit like there's so many different options and recessives that you can hit, possibilities.
Yeah, I'm okay with the Exanthic pod without the hypo, but you know, it is what it is. So I'll take the the Xanthic hypo. I don't have a true ghost in that line yet either. So that'd be cool to have.
I'm a latecomer with Xanthic because I never really I don't know. You look at them and a lot of the lines brown out, so it didn't really that whole factor paid like a heavy was very powerful on my decision about them.
For sure.
And I ended up getting a 1.4 het project of them, and I sold one of the females. I kept 3, and I paired them up, so I wanted to prove them out. Because if I buy hets, I won't resell them unless they prove out.
Yeah,
because I can't guarantee they're a het, even though I bought them as a het.
that don't mean nothing.
Don't mean shit.
That don't mean
because human error is human error. But so she dropped some eggs, and she gave me 3 duds, but she gave me 2 good eggs. And het to het, man, I hit the odds. I cut that fucking egg open, and I saw that TSK Xanthic. Now I'm fucked. I'm hooked. I'm like I can't. Like if I were to buy a snake right now, if I had the money to buy a snake right now, it would be a powerhouse male TSK Xanthic.
Yeah.
Because I have 3 breeder size het females.
There you go.
But at the same time, I'm like, fuck it. I don't have the money to do it, so I'm breeding the male to them, and we'll see how the odds go, and hopefully I get more. But I lucked out. I hit 1, and it's a female. So like easily, if in 3 years, I'm sure I'll have something that I can breed to it. But I know I have a male right now I can breed to it. I have a Mojave orange ghost genetic stripe male. Jump right into the triple recessive there, but I don't know. Those lightning pieds, that's the one thing about Xanthic. Every single lightning pied is beautiful.
Every one of them.
Yep. Yeah. Every fucking line out of all of them.
Yep. And pastel works with it too. And that's what I'm really excited about. So
I want leopard in it.
Leopard? Yeah.
Yeah, I want leopard in it. I mean, my dream snake. So JD Constrictors had one for sale, a Firefly leopard TSK male. Oh man, I wish I could have bought it. And
yeah, my buddy Dustin at Night Stalker, I think he works. I don't know which line he works. I think it's SK. I don't remember. But anyway, he's got a bunch of that leopard.
Really?
Yep. We got a bunch of leopard Xanthic stuff.
I'll take notes. If I win the lottery this week, then I'll hit you up.
He's actually one of the ones that bought some of that blackhead leopard Het Desert Ghost stuff I made this year.
Yeah,
I wish he had my line of Xanthic because I've been like, hey man, you want to trade some of that crap? But it's not the same line, so it don't mean any good.
I know that's the hard thing about Xanthic.
So many lines. Yep.
So many lines, and Joliffe is like, Joliffe is like just like MJ and the even the TSK,
Yep.
Everyone has a VPI.
If you knew what was sitting in my racks that's Het Joliffe Xanthic, you would blow your mind.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, dude, if I could drive to Georgia, I would. I watch your videos and I'm just like, there's just fucking racks everywhere. Like it's the way that room's set up. Like you got racks facing this way and then racks facing that way. And then you look through the doorway and there's all fucking racks over there. And oh my God.
Yep.
So right now my racks are in my living room and my dining room. So
yeah.
I'm not there yet, but
I just released that leopard, not leopard, lavender albino video on YouTube, and I'm just pulling lavender albinos out of the racks, just randomly walking over to them, put them. And Craig's like, "Man, where the freak did all these damn lavender albinos come from?" I'm like, "Well, I got a few," and then I end up making this, or Cassie ends up making a 12-minute video off of some of them, and people are messaging me going, "I didn't know you was even in the lavender albino stuff," and I'm like, it's not that I hide it. I just, I just don't talk about it very much. I don't like bragging too much, so you know. But I got some pretty cool stuff sitting in the rack. So just hope it pays off in the years to come. So
Yeah, I know that. I know that in the comments earlier, Ron from BBM commented about your lavender albinos because you
yeah,
know he loves his lavenders.
yeah. I don't think I know him, but I like it. I mean, let's face it, man. The regular albino has got. It's what started a lot of people into this hobby. So you got to love the albino, and once I had a bunch of albino stuff, kind of sold it over the years, and once I started seeing the lavender albino combos, and then started seeing the adult lavender albinos, I was like, man, this is just so much, cool. How they turn purple. I just fell in love with it and ended up probably overdoing it, but it is what it is. And I ended up with all freaking females. I don't know how I managed that, but I think I have one. No, I have two. So I have an inchy lavender albino male that'll be breeding for me this year, and I have the yellow belly dreamsicle that I got from Justin. I don't think he's going to make it a breeding size this year, but we'll see. But that's the only two males I have. Like, I have a crap ton of lavender albino females just stacked away that I didn't even think about until somebody on YouTube was like, "Hey, can you show us some lavender albino stuff?" And then I start doing this video, and I'm just pulling this crap out of everywhere. I totally forgot I even had some of this stuff. So,
Oh shit!
we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
I just have albino, and I have a ton of het albinos. I don't have one visual albino. I produced one this year. I produced an albino het pied, and I sold it because I was like, I kind of want something different for that project. But this guy over here, Gomez Pythons, the Candy Man. I ended up getting 2 pastel het candy, possible het pieds from them, which are great pairings for my my pied het albino male.
Yeah.
Candino pieds should be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But I don't have lavender. I would love. I think lavender. I'm gonna stick with candy. I would especially that one of my when your close alliances is working with a project with something you like, then it's perfect.
Oh yeah, for sure. I've got a couple of friends around here that work the candy stuff, and like, oh man, you need to get in the candy project. I'm like, no, you need to get in the lavender project. And they're like, no. So, whatever, man. I mean, it's cool. Yeah, I don't want every freaking gene out there. That's just too much to keep up. But I do have some regular albino stuff. So, matter of fact, I have some blackhead inchy double het albino exanthic stuff that's pretty close to breeding size. So, I mean, that's some powerhouse stuff. Just in not in making the double head, just the fact that it's albino or exanthic, that's pretty heavy hitting stuff. So,
yeah,
let's see where it goes. So, super blackhead, super inchy snow sounds pretty cool.
I want super blackhead. I really do. My friend was he may have actually got a super blackhead from you.
Yeah.
He went on Morph Market. There was like 4 of them. And he was like, do me a favor, look at these 4 snakes and tell me why you would buy each one. So then that was like something that wasn't blackhead, what really wasn't on my radar. And well, fuck, man, you start looking at these super blackheads and what they do, and you're like, holy shit, there's so much you can do with that gene. And then to know that it's a super, every baby's going to be blackhead. You already got that out of the way.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I plan on expanding on it eventually, but because I say, I mean, you say you don't like the pastel blackhead, which I just it was a female pastel blackhead. I think I paid $200 for it, and I was like, can't go wrong for it,
I've never sold a blackhead less than $200.
I paid $200 for 2 female blackhead, a blackhead pastel and a blackhead butter.
Wow.
The blackhead butter was male though, so that really pissed me off. But I kept them. I was like, oh, I'm gonna sell them. I was all pissed off, like I was mad about it because it was a breeder. You had a Morph Market, Facebook, and it was a whole ordeal. That was my last reptile I've ever bought off Craigslist. Because that deal, I bought. So the deal was a pastel double het hypopide female, the 2 blackhead females, and a banana enchi female. I get the snakes. They're all underweight. The banana is a banana, no enchi. It has 2 hemipins, not female. Yeah, not 1 dick, but it has 2 dicks. Like, how bad is that? Then the butter ended. I did a live stream, and I popped them on the live stream, and I saw the hemipins, and it was my first live stream ever, and I fucking turned it off. I had to delete the live stream because I went fucking nuts. I was so pissed off. I waited. The guy wouldn't ship the fucking snakes. I waited like 3 months later, finally get the snakes, and their sex wrong. And the genetics are wrong. And it was a big ordeal. Actually, Billy did a video because I made the video and I sent it to Billy and I said, Billy, I'm cursing in front of my children in the video because of my reaction. I was like, I freaked the fuck out. And I'm like, what do you think? And Billy watched the video. He pre-screened it when it was unlisted. And he was like, well, it's up to you, man. You're probably going to get a lot of people talking shit about how you reacted. But at the same time, it's good to put out content, because people always go for the deals on Craigslist. And, I wouldn't call it, I'm not a spring chicken, but I'm not new. This happened last summer. I already had 3 years 4 years producing. I was green, but I wasn't super green. Yeah. And, I saw that shit, you see that diamond and you're like, oh, you want to go for it. The price was so good. And I ended up getting fucked.
Yep. Yeah. Somebody was just making a comment a couple of days ago about why my prices seem to be a little bit higher than most people's. And it's like, well, I mean, 1, you're getting a quality animal, but 2, you're getting that. I'm backing that up. I'm like, if you spend $1,000 with me, you're getting $1,000 animal plus usually. And you're guaranteed on the animal. You go buy, the same snake off of Craigslist for $500. Yeah, you might be saving some money up front, but you might end up with some crap that you don't want in your collection after it's all said and done with, if it's even the right genetics to start with. So I don't know.
Yeah,
that's a debate that's been going on for years. People just don't ever seem to learn.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I can say I bought off Craigslist was really good is rodents. Rodents worked out for me. I learned how to breed rats better. I learned how to breed mice better. But
yeah,
that snake deal.
Craigslist isn't always a bad thing. When I first started doing tarantulas, I got on Craigslist to see if there were any tarantulas available, local to me, and sure enough, a buddy of mine, Jeff, or now a buddy, he wasn't at the time, but he had some tarantula slings about. He lives about 50 minutes from me, and because of him, I really got heavily involved into the tarantulas. So Craigslist not always a bad thing. He was kind of like my door into the tarantula world, and I'm really glad that I, met him. We still talk. I mean, I've known Jeff probably 10 years now, and maybe even longer than that, and we still talk every now and again. So
I need more tarantulas. I have a few. I have a bunch of Mexican tarantulas.
Yeah, I like the Brachypelma species too.
Yeah, I like the Brachypelmas. I have a golden one. I have a regular Brachypelma. I miss my pink. I don't handle the Brachypelmas though. I don't know. I'm a chicken shit when it comes to tarantulas. The only one I handle is the pink toes.
Pink toes, yeah.
I like the pink toes. I don't know if when I first held the tarantula, the guy was like, "Listen, first off, breathe out of your mouth. Don't breathe out of your nose, because if they get the CO2 when you're holding them, they'll go into panic." And I bought a couple tarantulas, and he's like, "Go into the bathroom, stand in your bathtub, close the curtain, and practice handling it, so you get comfortable with it."
Close the drain.
What's up?
Close the drain.
Oh yeah, keep the cap. But I got like a couple, like one of the ones that the cobalt blue.
Yeah, don't handle that.
No, the thing's a fucking asshole, man. I mean, I've had him for almost 3 years now, and he finally passed. But well, not finally, but he passed. But he was like, I would get nervous. He wouldn't jump or anything or climb, but like even when I was feeding him, like that little fucker like crouched back, put his hands up, like ready to fight. He's ready to scrap as soon as you open up his enclosure.
They don't call those the blue devil spawn for no reason.
I know. Usually the pretty ones are crazy.
Yeah.
Even with spiders.
Women too.
Yeah, it works for all categories. Yeah. I have like, so what I do is I buy smaller species of spiders and I put them in those massive pickle jars from Walmart.
Yeah.
So I have like what is it? Shit. What are the little tiny the little scorpions? Now I have like the devil scorpions, small ones that are like in Arizona. I have those, and I have I call all these jars the jars of nightmares. So I have like 8 massive pickle jars with all types of spiders and scorpions in them.
Nice.
But I miss having a pigtail. The pigtails are cool. I wouldn't mind getting one of the little baby. I want to get like a sling, like a small one. Because all the spiders I get were typically like decent size.
Yeah. Yeah, I like raising them from slings.
So, what would you say are your 3 top co-dominant morphs?
Oof.
I went with 3 because 1 is just unfair.
Yeah.
I'll even go 5.
Well, blackhead, obviously. I mean, that's kind of given. I love Cypress, man. There's just something about Cypress. I love it. Man, I'm a sucker for leopards, man. I love leopard. And I'm gonna put confusion in there with leopard because I mean even though they're not the same, they're very similar. Even the combinations might not be exactly the same, but as a single gene, if we're talking single gene here, leopard and confusion are very close. I love both of those genes. Pretty sick. Oh, 2 more. Let me see. Probably, man, that's tough. I like OD, man, but I like OD in a different way than what most people like it. Like we were talking about earlier with the blackhead OD stuff. I like how dark OD can make certain genes. Not so much because OD's really bright colored as it is the contrast on it. I really like the contrast on the OD stuff, especially when we put it to the dark stuff. I gotta find one more.
Well, we'll talk about OD real quick. You know what I like about OD? Why OD's in my top 5 too? It's because it's like Desert Ghost. Every fucking shed, that snake will look better.
That's true.
I mean, I think that's like a huge, huge part. Because pastel, they look beautiful when they're young, but they, certain genes when they get bigger, they kind of wash out. Orange Dream doesn't. I mean, the bigger that snake gets, the better it is.
Yeah. I think after OD would probably be vanilla. I like vanilla stuff.
I can't wait to produce. I actually I have 2 vanillas, and they're female, so I gotta wait for them to breed. But I have a super pastel vanilla and I have a cinnamon vanilla. And vanilla does some cool shit because I do a lot of cinnamon and black pastel, and I noticed that vanilla has its own tone when you mix it with morphs. I think that's like the biggest thing about it is visually the color is so much different when you add it to different things.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd probably be the top picks for me. Inchy's kind of cool too, but Inchy makes most things better. It just you hear people talk about Inchy so much. I don't like using that term as much, but yeah, I would say Inchy and Nova would fall in right behind that as well.
I like Enchi, but I love Super Enchi.
Yeah, Super Inchies are pretty dope.
I've produced a lot. I've lucked out and I've hit really good odds with Super Enchi, and I think that going back to like vanilla, Enchi gives you that like algae water color. Like Enchi gives that tone. It's another morph that you can tell Enchi's in it just by the color of the snake sometimes.
Yeah.
With certain combinations. Like Enchi and Hypo. Holy shit, man. I mean, they go hand in hand.
Yeah. I have an Inchy Hypo het pod female. It's one of my favorites. I really like that snake. So.
Yeah. VIP Morphs has a snake that if he ever sells it, it's mine. It's a super Enchi Hypo male.
Nice.
I would love that. I would breed that to every clown I had. But I have an Enchi Orange Ghost and I have an Enchi Vanilla. No, Enchi Disco Orange Ghost female. Nice. So I look forward to that. All right, well, that past codoms. Now, what about top 3 recessive?
Top 3. Tell you what, I'm gonna go pee and think on this one.
Oh shit. Spartan Reptiles here. What's going on, everybody? I'm enjoying this podcast. I don't know about you guys. This is going great. I'm enjoying my new microphone. My ADD, though, is fucking me up. I keep touching it. Hopefully it doesn't mess up with the sound. But I feel like it's a lot clearer. I got a new webcam coming, so hopefully between windburn and new webcam, I don't look like a tomato. No, he's drinking black Jaeger. He's sipping on the Jaeger. Oh, shit. Not me. I'm trying to be mature. I'm drinking some Kendall Jackson Pinot Noir in my fancy dollar store wine glass. Let's see. I got more questions. It's running long. I don't know how long Tony's going to hang out, but there are some questions I'd love to talk to him about.
All right, so Desert Ghost, obviously. I mean, hand down is best recessive out there. After that, it's probably going to be Joel offline Xanthic. I don't know why, but it just holds a special place in my heart. I like it. So, actually, my favorite snake is a pastel tiger Joel offline Xanthic female. I love that girl. I mean, nothing like super crazy. I mean, obviously, I have a crap ton of snakes, but there's just something about that girl I particularly like. I guess pod would be third.
Say you produce a lot of pods.
Yeah, make a pretty good bit of pods. Yeah, I think it would be pod. Probably be pod.
I'm a late comer with pod. I was so focused on Hypo Clown.
Yeah.
My second year, I've been just producing double hats. So now I'm up to like probably got about 30 in that double recessive project, whether it's double hat or visual hat with the other. And I still haven't produced the double visual. So I'm
hard to make, man. I only got a handful myself, so.
And I know, it's the long road. It's gonna happen, especially with the numbers. Like,
yep.
In 2021 season, 2021 going into 2022. If I don't produce one by then, I'm gonna fucking cry. I'm gonna cry all the way into 2023.
Man, you don't never know. So, like I just told you, man. I mean, I've been on an Xanthic pod kick for 8 years. You had to make one
How many females do you have?
for that project.
Well, producing in the past, at least.
Oh man, I don't even know. I probably have 4 breeder females for that project.
Hey, so it's a good number.
Maybe 5. Yeah, I just I mean, I have had shit luck. I mean, it's been 3 egg clutches or 4 egg clutches, or she doesn't go, or I mean, it's just I haven't put a lot of eggs on the ground for that project. So,
well, that's what I tell people when they talk to me about it. I'm like, oh, well, I looked at the genetic wizard, and I'm like,
that don't mean crap.
genetic wizard is 100% bullshit. It's not that it's bullshit. It tells you it's great to tell you what can be produced.
Yeah.
But that whole odds thing, 1/8 is this and one total bullshit.
Yeah, when you're talking double recessive, you're talking about 1 in every 64. 64. I mean,
I know.
64 chance. That means you got to make 10 clutches before you hit one.
That's why I bought a pastel clown head hypo to speed it up.
Yeah, that will help. I mean, that visual hit makes a lot different than hit to hit. But the other catch to that is, for me personally, I don't want to make just an Xanthic hypo. I don't want to make just a Xanthic pod. I want to get some of those codominant genes in there right from the get go. I don't have any normals. There's not a single normal ball python in my collection other than imports. Even double hets, triple hets, they're all multi-gene animal. Most of them are 2 or 3 genes.
That's awesome.
And when I started breeding, that's what I started with. I was like, I'm not going to keep these normals. I want to make multi-gene double recessives, not just a double recessive. So when people talk about the hits, again, back to that, people, well, I'll make my own hits. Well, if you do, that's cool. I want you to go try to make those double hits, but man, get those other genes in there. Don't forget about those dominant, codominant, or incomplete dominant, whatever freak you want to call it. Don't forget about that other stuff too, because in 4 years, when you actually finally hit one, if you get those other genes in there, it's going to be way more powerful of an animal, and you're going to be so much more proud of that animal if you hit multi-genes in there with that double recessive.
Yeah. See, the angle that I'm going, I'm trying to I want to get those double recessive, like just get the visual out of the way. Like, for example, like if I hit a clown male, like even if I hit a clown male, I mean, I'd love to hit a combo, but at the same time, you can breed that to anything and then produce your double hets and then grow the project that route at the same time as if you produce females, you go the other route and add because typically my males are the higher morphs. They have more in them.
Yep.
So if I hit a double recessive, if I hit a clown hypo female, and then I breed a 5-gene male to it, then we're talking. But I mean, at the same time, you got to spend the money too, and that's what I did last year. I mean, I added fire to that. I added spot nose. I think a spot nose hypo clown will look pretty fucking cool. And then I have
it's got to look good.
I love spot nose clowns. It's I like what it does to the alien heads. Like that bold black line around them.
Yep.
And then kind of how it breaks it up and it makes it thinner and it kind of looks like lettering. But at the same time, you gotta grow your company you gotta grow comfortably. Like the best advice I got as a business owner, not even as a reptile breeder, was from my friend that owns an energy drink company. And I said to him, how come you're only in these states? And he said, well, I don't want a mushroom. I was like, what does that mean? So a mushroom grows the cap can grow too big, and then the mushroom collapses. So as a business, you want to grow at a nice pace, because if you get too top heavy, that's when shit goes down, and that's
Yep.
that's where the frustration comes, and that's pretty much the cause of that. Will cause so many people to walk away from it.
Yep. You want to grow like an oak tree, slow and steady, bigger and bigger.
Yeah, that sounds better, actually.
Roots are deep, branches are wide.
What do I got over here? What year is your Chevy? That 1500 you got over there?
So it's a '88 Suburban.
That's what I thought.
Yep.
Does a cap that's not the one that the cap comes off, right? No, it's solid.
Mm-hmm.
Does that have sentimental value that you restored it like that, or you just saw it and said, "Oh, this thing will be fucking awesome"?
Yeah, I'm a sucker for those block Chevys. So I was actually in the market for a 4-door truck. I wanted the '80s model, 4-door, long bed, 4-wheel drive truck. And man, those things are so hard to come by. And I don't even remember where I found this thing at, but I found it, and the guy was like, "Man, the interior's in great shape. The engine's decent. The body work, it's got some rust on it, but it's not bad." So I went and looked at it, man. And sure enough, the interior is like freaking immaculate. I mean, Suburban, people bought those things that had kids and they traveled. So finding those,
shit out of them.
yeah, man. I mean, finding one that had good interiors like a dime a dozen, or probably even higher odds than that. So I just had to have it. So I forked out the cash for it and drove it home. And then I haven't done much to it as far as the body goes on it. Worked on the engine, got it running a little smoother. A friend of mine done that for me. And then interior, I haven't touched the interior on it. It's got all third row seats. It's all great shape. Tinted windows. It's got an 8-inch lift on it, 37-inch tires, 20-inch rims. So it's a solid piece of U.S. metal.
Yeah.
I would be glad to trade it for a decent 4-door truck, 4-wheel drive, the same body style, but I just hadn't come across it yet. So I don't drive it much, but it's a fun little toy. So
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. When I saw it, I was like, man, is that an 80s? That JKR video you just did, that you did. Well, I don't know if you just did.
Step around, give me a Bud Light, man, please. Yeah.
What camera did you use when you went over there? Was that with the GoPro?
What do we use on the JKR? What you talking about? The one with Shane?
No, without Shane.
Shane.
When he had the laptop and he was showing clutches and pictures of the clutches.
The Sony?
Sony? The Sony?
The Sony A6300.
She said a Sony A6300.
Okay, yeah, that was because I know that you commented on one video where your the battery wasn't charged in your GoPro, so I wasn't sure if it came out that awesome with the GoPro. I figured that it had to have been a fancy camera.
Yeah, that one's we've had that one for a little while. It actually films really good, but we have yet to find a mic that fits on that thing that sounds good. We've struggled with the mics on that. So the past couple of videos we've done with the new GoPro. What is this thing? The GoPro 9, which is the newest one. I think it films in 4 or 5K, and we bought a microphone kit from GoPro that fits on it. So that's what we've been using lately, and it works pretty good. I like it much better than the previous GoPros.
Yeah, yeah. The microphone is huge because audio is like such a big ordeal. I think. I went with DJI, the drone company.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I went with the Pocket 2. I went with the Pocket 1, and then I bought it. I saved up the money to buy it. I buy it, and then all of a sudden I find out a week later they're doing a press release about the Pocket 2. So I had to order that. I ordered that, and that one actually comes with a lab mic. So it actually comes with a wireless mic. But the camera actually has like 8 microphones on it, or 6 microphones on it.
Wow.
So it's definitely made a difference. I wish I have an old DSLR, because there's definitely like, you just can't beat the lens,
Yep.
you know.
Yeah, when I bred dogs years ago, that's what we used for the dogs. Those things are pretty badass.
The DJI.
No, I thought you were talking about the old Canons, the DSL old Canons.
Oh no, the mine's a fucking Nikon D4200. It's an old camera. I mean, it does the job. It's good for shooting pictures and shooting video, but you know, that's what I normally use in my live stream. Since it's old, it times out. So I always have to push the button, or if it blacks out, then I just push a button. So during my live streams, I black out every 30 minutes. So that's why I went with this webcam, and I'm obviously a fucking tomato with this webcam, so I can't wait till my Logitech webcam comes in.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking, especially, you know, as much hunting stuff. I'm thinking about getting a new camera that will actually mount to a plate that I can put in a tree stand with me, and I can do some filming when I'm hunting. And I can also use on the YouTube stuff too. So I need to start looking into some of that stuff. I think it'd be pretty cool to have, because the Sony is, you know, actually a camera that can do video. Whereas if I actually buy a camcorder that's designed for filming, they're more compact and, you know, more user friendly, and they can sit up on those mounts where I can actually attach them to the trees and stuff when I'm hunting. I think it'd be pretty cool to film some of that stuff, especially bow hunting. It's nice to be able to see exactly where that arrow hits the deer or whatever I'm hunting. It's nice to be able to see, go back and look and say, hey, you know, this arrow hit, you know, a lung, or this arrow hit a double lung shot, or through the heart, or I was off and hit a gut shot, or, you know, something like that. Being able to see that determines how quickly I can track the animal. So probably going to be investing in one of those pretty soon.
I love watching the videos. Now they got all those crazy cameras that bolt on.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Who it is? CDR. My friend Justin, he's got a camera on his crossbow, and the video, he sent me a video of him hitting deer. Oh, it's so fucking awesome, man. It was like first person video game with the crossbow, and you watch the dart fly out. That's the dart, the arrow.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought about it too, getting a GoPro mount to put on the bow. So we'll see.
Yeah. That's awesome though, man. I mean, you're living the reptile dream. You put your work in, you bust your ass. You know, anyone that does it knows that it's no walk in the park, no matter who you are, how big you are or small you are. And but you're at a point where, I mean, I think I admire the fact that, you know, you said you're gonna downsize this year. You're not gonna produce as much clutches as you've done in the past.
Well, not downsize the collection, just not breed as heavy.
Yeah, you're like actual production for next year. But every year you're gonna produce nicer shit. So overall, it's a win. You know, so it's to the point where a smaller breeder that's producing more numbers to make the sales, now your quality is going even higher, and your quantity can go down, and you could still produce the same amount of funds from the business as well.
Hopefully.
That's fucking awesome, man. I cherish that. I can't wait for the one day that I can look back and say, you know what? All these years of cleaning rat shit and snake shit, and, you know, because I mean, Not that I'm bitching about it. I love. I mean, there's you spend your time with your animals when you're cleaning their bins or filling their waters or whatever. But to be able to look, I mean, even now looking back at how much has changed over the years, it's great, and it
No
shows
doubt.
if you put your effort into it, there's a reward out of it.
Yep. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I have animals in my racks that 5 years ago I would have thought you were crazy if you told me I had them. But here we are. So you put
It's a
in
hypo.
that goes for anything in life, man. I mean, you put in the work, dude. It'll come back. It'll come back. I say the same thing about helping people. I try to help people as much as I can. I feel like it comes back when you at least expect it. It comes back, or when you need it, it comes back.
Yeah, that's the whole. I'm my friend's mother. She's like very spiritual about everything, and she taught me that she said life is a circle, and all that good energy, you put that good energy out, and it goes, and it may not come back around for a long fucking time, but eventually comes back around. So you do the right thing, and the world will reward you eventually.
Eventually, yep.
And I've noticed that with the ball python. I mean, I think one of the biggest things that's with success that brings somewhat of success to me is that my return customers.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
It's
70% of our sales come from return customers.
yeah, and those return customers are the shit, because they don't buy one snake. No
Nope.
fucking way. They negotiate one snake, and then by the time they come and pick up the snake, they've already picked out 2 or 3 more.
Yep.
Um,
And you don't hear any slack from them. I mean, it's not very seldom do you send a return customer a snake and they're like, well, it ain't eating real good, or whatever can go wrong. Always seems to go wrong with the person that just buying their first snake from you. Your repeat customers, they buy their stuff and they know they're getting something quality, and then they don't trip on it because they don't eat right away. I mean, they're just the best, man. I say it all the time. I mean, almost every other YouTube video I do, I appreciate our customers, because there's no way that we could have what we have if it wasn't for the great customers that we have and friends. We've made some. I've met a lot of people along this route. Some of them are not my friends anymore, unfortunately, but majority of the people that I've come in contact with have really, really been good, and we appreciated the hell out of it, man. Can't talk good enough about our friends and customers.
yeah, it's the whole full circle of breeding. It's I have one of my favorite customers. She bought a ball python off me when she was like 12 years old, and I've been like mentoring her. And it's funny because so she's into it, but her father's like into it, even though like just as much. So like I know when they're talking about snakes because they both hit me up asking me questions like within minutes from each other. But they're great people, and they've bought multiple snakes off me, and they're also it's they're great advocates. You know, like I don't expect anybody if someone buys the animal off me, that's fine. Um, but it's nice when you sell an animal to somebody and they fucking post the shit out of that animal about how much they love it and how it's slamming food and look at nice how and that's like really cool too. I love getting updates on animals. Like, hey, look at this baby, it just shed.
Yep.
Scroll, everyone's commenting about how I'm red. It's this fucking webcam, I think. I don't know. I think it's wet. I even put lotion on my fucking face.
It's just because I'm all white and black over here, and it makes you look bad.
I don't know, man. It's this fucking Fu Manchu. I look at the camera and I still can't believe I have this much fucking. I even have the soul patch over here. I was like, I don't know if I should shave this little shit off or not. Everybody wants me to grow it, so I'm like, fuck it. And I hate I my mustache sweats. You know, like this is all new territory for me. You know, we were talking before the live stream about the hemp bedding. What's your take on it? If anyone hasn't seen any videos of your opinion of everything.
Well, first off, I done a YouTube video on our channel about my opinions on it. But the hemp, every bedding has its place. I'll go ahead and put that out there. Whether it's, aspen, hemp, cocoa, paper, Reptizorb, wherever. I mean, each animal is going to act a certain way. So some animals are going to do better on certain beddings. However, as a general outlook, I think that the hemp bedding is definitely the way to go for the bigger animals, the retics, adult ball pythons. I will eventually have all on hemp bedding. I think I really like the way it makes the snakes look I have customers that have come to the shop and you pull out a really cool looking snake and it's on cocoa, and they're like, "Oh, that's cool," and you slide it back in the rack and you pull out another one that's even less cool. And they're like, "Oh man, that thing looks really cool." I mean, it just makes the snakes look really good. And I like that. I mean, you pull out a snake and it looks cool, it automatically gets you hyped up about it. So I like that aspect a lot. I don't know why, but it just really looks good in the tub, makes the animals look good. But I like it. You don't have to use very much of it, which I like because I don't know how everybody does their cocoa, but when I do bedding changes and things like that, I end up with a crap ton of cocoa that has to go in the flower bed or out in the woods or something like that. And a lot of people have to throw it away. And that can cause a problem, a big problem. You start throwing, 100 pounds of cocoa away every week or however much, the size of your collection is. That can be pretty hard to dispose of, just like your rat shavings and stuff. A lot of people, that's a big deal when you have a bunch of rats. What are you going to do with all the waste? So, anyway, that's one thing. I really think that I know it sounds crazy too, but I really think that the adult females, when they're getting ready to lay their eggs, I really think they enjoy bedding up on that hemp bedding versus the cocoa. Could just be in my mind. I don't know, but I like it. I like it a lot.
Do they still like? So I use cypress mulch because that's the poor man's bedding. $4.59, $4.90, well, $4 a bag. It works.
I would use it, but I can't find it. So
Lowe's. I found a Lowe's that's
our Lowe's won't carry a natural.
An hour and a half away from me. I get it. So I go over there, I pick it up by the pallet.
Mm-hmm.
But my snakes, when they're about to lay, they always push it away. They always lay on bare bottom tubs.
Always. Yeah. No matter what bedding you use.
Yeah. But
Even
it's interesting
that even paper, they'll just like spread the paper out.
I've only had one clutch on paper, and that was just because I had no idea that she was grabbing.
You gotta
open the tub. I was like, "Holy shit! There's 5 eggs in here." It's cool that it's interesting that you said that visually it looks better because, like, I used newspaper in the past, now cypress. I use cocoa, but for me to do my whole collection, it's like 14 blocks. And it just adds up too much money. So it's just not in the deck of cards. But I love the way the snakes look on Coco. So I'm actually. It's interesting that you say that they actually look better on the hemp bedding.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Yeah, and I thought that to start with, like, man, these animals look pretty good on hemp. But when you start having customers and friends come over and you pulling these drawers open that they used not to really pay any attention, even if they've seen them before, but then they see them on hemp and they're like, man, that thing looks really good, you know. So it makes a difference.
I almost want to buy a bag just for my displays for expos when New York finally fucking allows us to have them.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I haven't been to a show here personally. I don't even know if I'll ever do another show unless it's like Tinley or something like that. But it's probably work pretty good in the displays.
Yeah, I this last show I did the mats, the liners, and they looked good. And then what I also did was I used the Cricut machine and I made vinyl cutout stickers and put my logos on the liners. And visually it looked great, but they even when they crap in there, you show up at the expo and like the first thing you're doing is looking for where that snake shit you smell is coming from. It's
Yep.
I feel like this, with Cypress it held up, it holds up better. But then Cypress had an issue where the humidity on the height Cypress was fogging up the displays. But then the other, it's kind of like every substrate, no matter what you deal with, has an issue. Something will do something better in another category.
Yep. Yeah, the hemp bedding is bad about humidity because it doesn't hold it very well. But I'm working on some stuff with that now. So follow me on YouTube. Hopefully, I'll get some better results here pretty soon about the humidity. But that's really the only negative side to it is the humidity.
Yeah, that it lacks it.
Yeah, if the lack of humidity or the lack of holding the humidity, it kind of sucks. And the other downside that I talk about with the hemp is if you have carpet or an area, you don't try to, I don't know, but
spill it on.
Yeah, the hemp is bad about getting in the stuff hard to clean. Not necessarily like the racks are easy to clean or your concrete floor, but if that crap gets in the carpet, man, it's not coming out. Like if you have a collection on carpet, it's probably not the best for you to use.
Really? So it's like,
Yeah,
because it's like such fine pieces, right? Small pieces from what it looks like in the videos.
I would imagine, I don't have carpet, but I would imagine that those fibers would get inside those carpet fibers and not want to unlock. So, and I wish somebody would prove me wrong so I can quit saying that, but I don't see it being a very good substrate to put on carpet. So, but most time people have carpet, or it's probably in a bedroom or something like that. And it's probably a smaller collection, so they probably wouldn't make as much of a mess as I do because when I'm out there cleaning, it can be a disaster. I have concrete floor, so I can just sweep it, mop it, and I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah, cleanup is a lot nicer. That's the thing when we run through because, you got smaller kids. Fucking kids are like Tasmanian devils. They trash the shit out of the house.
You can clean a house, and 10 minutes later, it's freaking disaster zone again.
Yeah, my middle son Mario, he's like obsessed with Hot Wheels and Disney cars. So he has like almost 3 milk crates of Hot Wheels and cars, and he loves to just. I'll hear it. It burns my ears when I hear it. He'll just grab the milk crate and just tip it over. You just hear like hundreds of fucking cars on the floor.
Yeah, I used to be that way with Legos when I was little.
Oh man, fucking Legos! I step on those little fuckers too. Now we just keep them out of the way. Now it's like when Legos come out, we set up the big table and they play on the table and everything's cleaned up at once because I'm tired of stepping on those. I'm a caveman. I don't like to wear shoes. I like to be barefoot or slippers.
Yeah.
And
We don't wear shoes in the house either, so
yeah, I'm tired of stepping on toys. Army men. Oh wait, you haven't experienced that because your little man's young.
yeah,
Oh, the army men are just as bad as Legos.
I can imagine. They don't even make army men anymore. I mean, that's kind of a thing of the past, I guess.
Scares people. The military scares people. They're soft, big vaginas.
Uh,
Yeah, dollar store, and they have all different varieties, and it's like always a different color. So my middle child has autism, so he's like very particular about a lot of things. So like we'll go to the dollar store and he'll be like, "Oh, Daddy, I need these army men," and I'll be like, "You have too many already." Oh yeah, but these ones are green and brown. And then the next time we'll go, it'll be black and green, and the next time it'll be yellow and brown, and oh fuck, we got army men all over the place. Absolutely crazy. That's pretty. That's something you'll deal with eventually, but I don't know. I'm interested in the hemp. I actually contacted my wife's cousin because she works at a facility that makes medicinal, but like full medical, not like medicinal sold at like in California type shit. Like this is like actual like when you go to the doctor and they prescribe you it.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, let me find out." So I'm curious because I'm like, "Shit, man, maybe I can get the hemp from there. I'll fucking just pull up with my pickup truck and put a tarp in the back and just fill her up."
There you go.
Oh yeah.
I like it. Don't use it on the babies, man. It sucks on the babies.
Why is that?
They knock it all into water bowls. It turns into a mess.
Yeah, the babies do that. Yeah, the babies always fuck up the water bowls. I've noticed.
Yeah.
Kills me with Cypress. I hate when you open up the tub and you see the brown water. You know it's fucking harmless. It's still like a pet peeve of mine.
Yep. Same here.
I see you're wearing a Big Dog. That's the YouTuber guy, right? Big Dog.
Yeah, Miguel.
He's fucking awesome. That dude. My favorite videos to watch was when he plays basketball. When he pretends he's a nerd.
I look at watching people's YouTube, so I watch very little of him or anybody else for that matter. I'm kind of one of those people that I don't like sitting behind a screen for very long. I do this because Cassie makes me do it, but I suck at watching people's YouTube crap.
Look up nerd playing basketball in the hood.
Really?
Dude, this guy Big Dog is nasty at basketball.
Yeah.
And he goes there and he wears his tight jeans and a collared shirt with big fucking glasses on. And he'll be like, "I just baked that shit on you." And he talks like a nerd. And he goes to these basketball courts where these guys are like athletic dudes. And he's like a bigger guy. And he's whooping their ass in basketball.
This can't be Miguel then. I can't see Miguel playing basketball.
I thought it's Big Dog. Or maybe it's, how is it? DAWG, right?
Hashtag Big Dog. It's Miguel at Always Evolving Pythons.
Oh, that's a Miguel's picture. There's another guy that I thought is Big Dog. He's a YouTuber. Oh, it's a Miguel shirt. Yeah, Miguel isn't a Big Dog. I can't see. I mean, I never met the guy, but I can't imagine. Look, everybody's like, "Hey, it's Miguel for me." I'm sorry. Oops, my bad.
He's drunk.
I'm not drunk, but I'm getting close to finishing my bottle of wine. Yeah, I don't see Miguel boxes. All right, I think he boxes.
I don't know. I don't follow him. We talk every now and again, but I don't keep up with him too much. No offense.
Have you bought a lot of because he does a lot of Desert Ghost. So you got some Desert Ghost stuff from him?
I have never bought a snake from Miguel.
Really?
I'm not real sure if he's ever bought one from me either. I know at an auction though, he came to Atlanta to do one of the auctions here after Repticon in Atlanta, and Craig won a snake, a OD het puzzle, and ended up giving it to Miguel. But I think that's the only snake dealings that I've ever come close to dealing with Miguel. He's called me and asked me about buying some stuff. I think he had some customers that were interested in some stuff that I had, but personally, he's never like bought anything from me, and I don't think I've ever bought anything directly from him either.
Yeah,
Not that I wouldn't. I just, just hadn't,
never happened.
Just that never happened. So
You got JKR.
yeah, Justin suckers me into some crap sometimes.
How far do you live from Justin?
About 3 hours.
Holy shit! Oh, I thought you guys lived closer.
No, it's about 3 hours. Yep.
I mean, anybody could get suckered going to Justin's place.
Yeah. Well, usually how it goes is he sends me pictures of something, and I'm like, fuck, man, I got to have that. What do you want for it? And he gives me a price, and I'm like, no, I'm not paying that. And I think about it, and I pay it anyway. And then, like, he's like, when are you coming to get it? That's how he suckers me in. He's like, when are you coming to get it? I'm like, fuck, man, why don't you just ship it to me? It's like $20 to ship it. And he knows I'm not going to have it shipped. He knows I'm going to come pick it up in person. And then it's, well, while I'm going there, I'll just grab that, and then I'll grab this and that, and, it's whatever.
Oh, my God. I couldn't even imagine. I mean, one of my favorite videos is when you and Shane went over there.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, man. When he pulls out these tubs of snakes, you're just like, what I was told, because I've never been to Tinley and I've never been to any of those big shows, but like when I talk to about it, they're like, you got to just go see Ozzy and you got to see JKR, because there's just something about their animals. It's like watching a tube and then going to fucking 4K. Like their animals just pop.
Yeah,
and
both of them's got crazy stuff, man. I mean, they're definitely some of the, craziest, produce some of the craziest stuff here in the United States. I mean, no doubt.
And they're advocates. I mean, look at what Justin's done with Spot Nose.
Yep.
That's a gene that people were selling for nothing. He literally turned chicken shit into chicken salad.
Yeah.
It's one of the genes that's like in the highest demand right now.
Yeah.
And I can't figure out what morphs I have because they're Spot Nose pinstripe combos.
I think I bought 2, maybe 3 snakes from Ozzy. Always great to deal with. It just, I don't know. It means some of the stuff that he's made is really cool. It just doesn't fit quite the way I need it to into my projects. But Ozzy's good. I mean, he's a good guy.
He's got the formula.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't talk about him very often, but it's not because I don't want to or anything. It just I end up buying stuff usually from Justin because he's a little bit more local. So, but Ozzy makes some good stuff too, man. He's a good guy. What dealings I have had with him have been fantastic.
I need to go to Tinley when the world comes to its senses and wakes up.
Yeah, it comes.
Tinley.
I don't know if it ever come back the way it needs to be, but we can always pray and hope.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really used to this mask shit yet. I still walk at the stores without a mask and run out like, oh fuck, and then
Man,
it's up here. But
I yet to put a mask on my face.
Really? Oh, not in New York. Can't get away with it. I love looking at people driving around in cars with masks on. That's my favorite. Those are the same people that leave their signal on while they're driving.
I mean, look, man, if you want to wear a mask, that's fine. But I mean, my hat says it all. So
Yeah.
you know, I don't want. I'm not wearing a mask. Just all there is to it.
So you don't go shopping?
Very seldom do I leave the house, but yeah, today I had to go to the dollar store because my wife just had surgery, so she didn't really need to leave the house. And I went to the dollar store, and you know they've got the big sign on the door that says, you know, you have to wear a mask to enter or whatever the freak it says. I don't even pay it no attention, but you know, I walk in there. I'm 160, 170 pounds, tattooed, 6 foot tall. They don't say anything to me. I mean, what are they going to say? It's not a law here. I mean, there's no law that says that I have to wear a mask. Now, if you own a piece of property, you know, like a dollar store or a grocery store or whatever, and that person that owns that piece of property says you have to wear a mask, then you technically, if you're asked to leave because you don't have a mask, you're supposed to leave. I mean, legally you have to leave, but nobody's going to say anything. Not to me. I mean, not trying to be badass or anything. It's just, I mean, what's the freaking point? So,
Yeah,
there's
New
nothing
York.
wrong if you want to wear a mask. That's great, but that mask is not doing anything. When 5 minutes ago you're playing on your freaking cell phone, you know, adjusting your mask all over your face. I've been a tattoo artist. You know, I know how cross contamination works, and a mask worn improperly doesn't do anything. My wife is a nurse. I mean, she'll tell you straight up. Most, 99% of people wearing a mask, they don't know what the freak they're doing. I mean, you don't wear it properly. They pull it down over their nose. It doesn't.
Yeah, they don't have their nose covering it.
I mean, it's a freaking joke. I mean, you can't make people wear a mask. I'm not wearing one. There's only one time that I have actually. Shane was with me when we walked into a liquor store in Athens. I walked in there and I kind of shopped around a little bit, and then the guy behind the counter said, "Sir, you got a mask?" I'm like, "No." He said, "You need a mask to be in here." I was like, "Well, is it state mandated?" He said, "I think so." I said, "No, the fuck it's not. It's not state mandated." I said, "You want to go pulling some law crap on me now? I'll tell you." I said, "Is it your store's policy that I wear a mask to come in your store?" And he said, "Yes." I said, "Okay, that's fine. I'll leave. I don't have a problem with it. I'm not going to, give the guy a hard time. He's just doing what he was told to do. But don't tell me it's state mandated, because it's not. There's not a law that says I have to wear a freaking mask." So
yeah,
I'm not wearing it. Now, if I'm sick, I'm going to stay home. But you can't tell me that 99% of people that are wearing these masks are doing proper PPE. It's just not.
Oh shit, she got technical.
Yep.
Even the glove situation.
Yeah, gloves. Like, you go to a restaurant, man. This is what always trips me out. So you go to a restaurant to eat, and they're wearing gloves. So they pick up your credit card, they go back and they scan it to pay for your food or whatever. They bring you back a pen, and then you sign your name with that pen. And then the next person right behind you, they using the same freaking gloves. They go over there and hand them the same freaking pen that you just used.
Or serve you with the same gloves that they serve the table next to you with.
I mean, what's the freaking difference?
Like,
I mean,
your
why
food,
you even got gloves on?
You give them their food. You pick up their cup. You pick up their cup and pour some tea or
whatever. They can't see you. She's trying to illustrate.
Oh, well, you pick up the cup.
All right, that's better.
In gloves at your table, puts your drink in it, sets it back down, go over to the next table with the same pair of gloves on, pick up that cup, pour some drink. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
That's spreading germs even worse. I mean, if you're going to properly use the gloves, you have to take them off every time you touch a table and put on a new pair.
Yep.
Well, that's like the soda machine. So they're refilling your cup, right?
Exactly.
They're putting that cup against the machine.
What's the point?
Yeah, I mean,
It stresses me out.
Yeah, it's a joke.
It's so annoying.
I haven't gone to restaurants since COVID, so
Really?
I don't do restaurants that much. Just not in
Yeah.
the budget. You know,
I can't cook, so we eat at restaurants all the time.
The restaurants kill me too. So you have to wear a mask to walk into the restaurant. But when you sit down, you can take your mask off and talk to the waitress.
Yeah.
Okay, so COVID is up here, but COVID ain't down here. When
Nope.
come on now, come on.
The booths have a force field that keep COVID out.
Yeah, 4 foot over there, I'm okay, but it's a joke, man. It's all on what they can make us do or think they can make us do. So
I went and ordered food, and I went and you pay at the bar at this Italian restaurant near me, and I'm not fucking thinking. First off, I walk into the place with no mask. Automatically, like, you need a mask. Okay, go to my car, get a fucking mask. But then I go to the bar to pay for my food, and I went right next to someone. It's just like someone was sitting there. I fucking went next to him to pay for my food. All of a sudden, the guy looks at me and is like, "Do you mind moving over?" And I was like, "Oh shit! Oh, I'm sorry." It didn't even register in my head what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
Until I left, and I'm like, "Wait a minute! Oh, that guy was wanting to socially distance properly because he was sitting at the bar drinking with no mask on."
Yeah.
So,
yeah, he's sitting there drinking his alcohol, which could spread everything, but he wants you to step away from him. Doesn't care about the bartender behind the bar serving him drinks.
Yeah.
Or the guy next to him is serving
that
him.
Once again, the bartender is filling his cup up, filling this guy's over here cup, this one over here with the same hands or the same gloves without washing their hands in between filling up cups. Yeah, it gets on my nerves. It irritates me.
And the whole price gouging. Do you use gloves with a lot of the stuff that you do?
Yeah, I've matter of fact, I just had to buy some gloves yesterday, and I go buy some, and they're like $23 for a pack of gloves. And I'm like, holy crap! What the freak is this? I mean, it's ridiculous.
The doctor's offices and stuff are having a hard time finding them too.
It's so crazy because it's been going on for so long. You think that they would have this shit in check. I can understand the first 3 months during it, but we're almost at 1 year mark.
Yeah.
And they have all these cute little masks that people sew and make, and I'm pretty sure they're not a Nix 95, P90, whatever they're called.
N95.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure those fabricated, sewed on cute little masks are not even,
Efficient.
So
gonna keep it away.
While we're on a subject, you're talking about N95s. So here's another thing that people don't even think about. There are many people out there that have trades. Me and you have worked in a body shop. So we understand the importance of having good respirators and N95 particle masks when you're working with body work, body filler, sanding cars, things like that. A person doesn't need to breathe all that. So therefore they have an N95 or they have a respirator to use so they don't have to breathe it while they're working, trying to make a living. Because of all this COVID crap, body shops and other coal mining places and fertilizer places and things like this, they can't even get respirators and N95 masks for people that are trying to make a living that don't need to breathe that crap that they're working with.
Yeah, breathing cancer.
Exactly, because all the medical people need to have those masks and not the people that are working and trying to get this country,
back on track. Yeah, the restaurant
survive. So, there are a lot of people out there right now that are suffering and breathing chemicals and dust and things that they don't need because the medical side of the world thinks that it's more important for them to have the mask versus people that are working in a trade. And to me, I mean, what's the difference? I mean, I understand people in medical field need that too, but a person out there dealing with body filler and body work, and person messing with fertilizer, they're just as important as the next person. So
another thing that pisses me off is a 2-year-old, a 2-year-old or younger is not required to wear a mask because they won't keep it on their face, but their household has to wear a mask, is required, or whatever the case may be. But the fucking 2-year-old or 3-year-old is not required. That lives in the same household. No, bye. If my almost 2-year-old can't wear a mask, won't wear a mask, guess what? This mama ain't about to wear no mask. And I went up in that doctor's office not wearing a mask, whether they like it or not. And you know what I'm saying? It's just common sense. Common sense.
Yeah.
It just irks my nerves.
I really am like, it really pisses me off about the gloves thing, because so I get my gloves from Restaurant Depot.
Yeah.
So I used to be able to get a case of 1,000 gloves for $23.
Wow, that's cheap.
Yeah. Oh, if you got a Restaurant Depot near you, man, you bring your tax ID. Bring your tax ID. You get fucking gloves cheap. Well, not anymore because of fucking COVID. But so I go through a case of gloves every 3 months, I would say. 10 boxes. And I went, all of a sudden I'm like, I was bitching and moaning. Like, these motherfuckers gouged the price on the gloves. The gloves because of COVID went up to $53. Now, 3 months later, go back to Restaurant Depot to buy gloves. $108 for a fucking case of gloves. I used to pay $23 for it.
Wow.
$108. And they're shitty. Like, they're not even like good gloves. Like, they're not like when you put them in, if you have any moisture in your hands and they stick, then they rip on you.
Yep.
So that's the bullshit where people should be like killed in public.
Yep.
The price gouging is complete bullshit. Like, I'm a dirty fucker. I give COVID a case of Richie. It's true. Positive. It's 100%.
I don't even want to see all the comments going on this one.
Well, Chad's in here, so Chad brings life to my live streams. I'm very appreciative of it. He is one funny motherfucker. He really is. And if you like Star Wars, he'll talk to you for hours about it.
He lost me there.
Yeah,
I'm going to take a pee break.
So where's the mastermind of social media?
I'm sitting right here.
So you guys don't have the kids for the night?
Right, we do not. My mama has them. Blair wanted to go stay the night off, and at first we were going to get my sister to come over here and help with like range and all, because Blair's old enough she can do stuff on her own. But so then when Blair was like, I want to stay at Grandma and Pa's, so she asked, can my brother stay too? And I thought it was sweet because normally she'll want to go over there by herself,
Yeah.
So yeah, they're gonna keep them, and then I think Tony might go hunting in the morning, which will be good because he hasn't went all week, taking care of me and the kids.
Yeah, he's got to get his hunting fix going.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, that's awesome. My wife's asleep on the couch over here. I don't think.
Do y'all go hunting or anything?
I've never gone hunting. I've been trying to find someone for years because if I hunt, I want to make sure that I break down everything.
Yeah.
So I want to help someone break down an animal before I hunt.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to have to be like, I catch this deer and now the deer's hanging for 3 days and I'm fucking making phone calls because I want to butcher it.
Yeah.
I want to know how to do it so that I don't have to call anybody. Right. I can just break down the animal, fill up my freezer myself. But
to me, that's more more rewarding. Like, you know, if you go out there, you hunt for it, you get it, and then you skin it, and then if you also have the processor, all that stuff like Tony and his dad has, it's more, I don't know, rewarding than just taking it to somebody and paying for it to be done, I guess you could say.
Yeah. We breed rabbits for meat. We love bunny. And you know, it's rewarding. You take care of these animals, and then you eat good for a few days when you cook them off.
Yeah. Circle.
And, oh yeah, and bunny meat. I mean, my father fed me bunnies for years and called it chicken. So I grew up on eating bunnies.
I've
So
actually never ate rabbit before. My granny grew up eating bunnies and rabbits, you know. So I thought that was kind of cool. But, you know, back then, that was like, that's completely normal, you know. It wasn't unheard of. She lived
you guys
on.
got bunnies.
Yeah, we do.
You gotta eat one.
You know, after we breed them or whatever, the bigger ones, if we need to one day, I mean, we'll cook them and eat them.
Oh, it's so good. Bunny stew.
I have tried duck. Duck's good.
I like duck.
Tastes good. You want to sit back down? Here's
Bunny. Bunny's good because it's like it's there's zero fat in it.
So how do you cook it without all the fat in there?
So when I do it, I do carrot, celery, and onions, and then I put them in the pan, and I put my bunny. I quarter the bunny with legs and all the pieces, and then I add tomato sauce, and I cook it in a crock pot.
Gotcha.
And then you let that cook for a while, and then what I do is the carrot, celery, and onions will break down. Then I add fresh carrot, celery, and onions, and finish them off. And then fucking make a bunch of white rice. And white rice with rabbit stew is...
That's cool.
You were a cook, though. I mean, you don't know how to... You never butchered, like, animals? I mean, you butcher a rabbit, right?
Yeah, I butcher animals, but I've never done a deer.
No, it's the same thing. I mean, they're all the same. It's just larger scale. I mean, unless you plan on taking like liver, heart, tongue, I mean, brains. A lot of people eat all of it.
I would take tongue.
Yeah, I don't go as far as the brain, but you know, we'll butcher. The problem with deer meat is most of the time you shoot shoot an arrow or bullet into the lungs and heart, so a lot of that is kind of demolished. But but I mean, there's a pile of meat on a deer. So, but it's all the same, man. It breaks down all the same. You quarter it up all the same.
Yeah. I mean, I'm breaking down quarters of beef. I don't know. I want to go through the whole process, the hanging process, the cleaning it on site, and bringing it back and hanging it and skinning it and going through all of that. I want it from the kill to the plate. I want to go through that whole entire process. I don't want to be that person that has to pay somebody to do it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just not what I want to do. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but I want to do all of it. I don't,
I'm the same way. This year, we actually are doing all of our processing, everywhere from sausage, hamburger meat to jerky, cube meat. I mean, we're doing everything this year. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, we put we'll probably put. I think we get. I don't know exactly on the doe tags. I think we get 10 does and $3. I think is what the deer tags are this year. So
holy shit.
Yeah, I mean,
God, New York's like $1, 2 does. I think.
Yeah, I mean, we have an abundance of deer though. Matter of fact, today my trail cameras were going off pretty heavily today. But I'm pretty sure we get 10 does and $3, I think is what the tags are this year for my county. So I'll do that. Cassie has the same amount of tags And then my dad has the same amount of tags as well. So between the three of us, that's 39 deer we can put in the freezer.
So you're gonna get some dry ice and ship me some venison. Everybody's stingy with deer meat in New York, man. Like no, man, I can't. I only get 3 deer.
Yeah, we give it away. Matter of fact, we just put one on ice last night. We put one on ice for a buddy of mine, Eric Walsh at Monster Morphs. He's like, "Hey, man, I really want to cook a shoulder." I'm like, "Screw a shoulder, man. I'll just kill your whole deer and put it on ice." So we probably give away half the amount of deer that we kill every year to people that either want to try it because they're interested in what deer tastes like, or they need it. We shoot a lot of deer and give it to people that need the meals. So
It's huge.
yeah, there's I know in particular there's one family that we've given 3 deer to because all this COVID stuff's kind of hard on them this year, and they have a bunch of kids, so a bunch of teenage boys, and
Boys like to
boys
eat.
like to eat. So
Oh yeah.
they were struggling a good bit, and we've processed 3 deer just to give to them. So
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
yeah, I mean that's when you live in the South, man. That's just what you do.
So I want to go down south, man. I also love the Southern accents. I do.
Yeah.
We have an accent to you?
Do I gotta answer that question?
Yeah.
Your accent is intense.
In
I
a bad
love your you're it's like country living.
Yeah.
He Tony's accent's there, but certain words are more defined than others. Your like whole vocabulary is country.
I'm used
I
to
have
it.
to deal with customers and talk with customers, so I've kind of had to learn how to pronounce things a little bit more normal-ish, I guess you could say. Yeah, Cassie and Blair are super Southern.
Yeah, people tell me all the time, she's so country. I'm like, well.
My wife is country, but you'll never see her on it. In the videos, you only see cameos of her. She hates cameras. We have no fucking pictures. We did professional photos once. She doesn't like photos. Like that's why I bust chops in the videos. So I'm like, oh man, it's gonna be in a YouTube video. Just she'll have like cameos. When I built the snake rack, she was helping me unload when it started raining. Started snowing on me while I was building a snake rack outside. So she jumped in. Said the New Yorker. I don't have an accent at all.
Yeah, you do.
So I have an aunt that lives in Ohio, and she really has an accent, but compared to you, like it's not the same. If that makes sense.
As
Like-
New Yorkers, we have our own. We talk.
Yeah.
We say like coffee.
Yeah.
Water radiator.
Then I heard like I was watching a video and someone was calling everything chocolate.
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 We'll get on
You
the
were
roof.
saying it. I think you were saying chocolate, and I was like,
So is
man,
it pecan or pecan?
pecan.
Pecan?
Yeah, I say pecan, but I say pecan pie
Yeah.
or pecan catfish.
Is it you guys or is it y'all?
You guys,
No, it's y'all.
That's me crazy.
the y'all.
Yeah.
I've picked up the y'all because my wife will be like, y'all guys better pick up your toys, So
That's a half-ass. Y'all's guys.
because so upstate New York's got like a little bit of country, and then she lived in Virginia for a little bit, so I call her my hillbilly wife.
There you go.
My granny's from Tennessee, so my mama would say, from the hillbillies area, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I loved about when I went to Baton Rouge, and oh man, I love the way people talk over there. I also love that people talk because, like, I'm used to in living in Westchester and outside the city, like It's awkward. You go online, everyone's just standing there, silent, pissed off because no fucking reason at all. That's what I love. That's why I moved upstate. I moved upstate because I was like, man, like people be like, start talking to you, have conversation with you. I'm a personable person, so I enjoyed that. I go every time I go to a store, I try to make the register person laugh.
Yeah.
So do you make eye contact when you pass people in the street or in a store? Do you smile at people?
Yeah. The
Okay.
whole door's open.
So that's what we do around here, and that's what I'm used to. Like, I'm so used to just being so friendly and smiling and at anybody. Like, I don't care who you are. When we went to California for vacation, oh my gosh, nobody smiled at me or looked at me. I felt so out of place. Just walking down the street, Tony be like, "You can't do that here." I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, they it's different. I don't know. I just like my point of view of talking to people and like register people is I worked in the grocery store as a kid. I had a lime green mohawk and the longest line because every kid wanted to be on my line.
That's so cool.
And it's tough. Working a register fucking sucks. You're in a fucking cage all day dealing with assholes. There's a lot of great people out there. But there's a lot of people out there that treat people like waiters, cashiers, doctors. I mean, everyone. They just shit on certain categories of people. Yeah. So, I always had that mentality because I worked the register for years.
Yeah, you were in customer service, so you understand the importance of making people feel comfortable or being friendly, that kind of thing. Whereas when I was at the doctor's office, I had to do the same thing. I had to talk to the patient to get their problems out to the doctor or the nurse practitioner,
Yeah.
So I guess that's where a lot of that for me has come from. And then also like teaching dance and stuff. I'm around kids all the time. So it just, I don't know. It's just a natural thing for me.
See, my biggest asset from being in customer service is what I call the friendly fuck you. Because when I waited tables, if I got that customer that was like a scumbag, and I served tables for years for the Cheesecake Factory. Over there, it's if they drink 50% of their drink, you got to refill their drink. So if I had a customer with an attitude, oh man, I'll come there fucking ear to ear smiling. They take 2 sips of their drink. I grab their fucking drink, refill it. They're like, oh, the drink's fine. No, I got to fill it up. And come back, refill their fucking drink. So I learned like the friendly fuck you, which worked out great in customer service. But I've been out of customer service. The only customer service now, and it's a lot with Steak World customer service. It could be intense. I love helping people.
Yeah.
But you get those weird phone calls. Do people ask you for what pets do people ask you for that you don't sell?
Oh man, bearded dragons. It's always bearded dragons. You got any bearded dragons? It's like me.
I love it. I'll get a phone call from someone on the other side of the state, and they'll be like, "Do you sell frogs?"
That she goes to Cali, like Elf going to New York.
Yeah, if it's the truth. Cali and New York are unfortunately very similar.
The gun laws suck.
A lot of the laws suck.
Somebody says something about California or New York, I'm like, fuck that, man.
Shitty gun laws.
The gun laws suck. I'm not living there.
But I love the way California is so pretty to me. I just like to visit. I don't think I would ever live there, but I like to visit.
I just want to go herping with Brian Gundy and hang out with Shane.
Yep.
I think that's my limit.
You're the only reason I will go back to California other than the Redwood Forest.
Okay, Shane, let's get him on this now. I'm telling you, me and Kelly's already been talking. Come on.
I'm not wearing a fucking mask, so I'm not getting on the airplane.
Come on. Convince him.
Oh, shit. That's right. Yeah, you got about 5 years so you can go to Cali.
Forever.
Yeah, I can live off the land here. I'm good.
Nobody done moved by then.
But I think
Where's all my Georgia people at in this chat? I can't see the chat, so I don't know what's going on. But where's all my Georgia people?
You have let's see. I seen where what's her name? Bridget from Everglades Exotics.
She's not from Georgia.
Oh well, she was commenting a lot, and she sent us stickers. I do know that name.
Bridget's from Florida. That's semi Georgia.
That's close.
Oh shit! I missed so many comments. This comment, I got to put this up there so I can look back at it. Love the stash, Chino. You see that? Fu Manchu, it's coming
You look like the kind of guy that drives around in a white van
with curtains. It's got to have curtains. Nope. I drive around in a '02 Chevy Avalanche.
Yeah.
But I would love a white van with curtains.
Shag carpet.
With the crystal ball dangling from the rearview mirror.
You got to get a gold chain
and grills. Because that would just be the full uniform.
Gold.
Yeah, Everglades is in Florida.
So, who else got questions?
Is everybody got?
Some H&H Pipeline said, still have family in Georgia. We'll have to get a hold of you, Tony, and hang out if we are in Georgia.
Why the fuck are people still awake? What time is it? It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning.
Bridget said, I've been seriously considering moving to Georgia, though. So much more affordable than Miami. Hey, I want to come visit you in Miami before you move.
They got some good strip bars.
I didn't see Elliot's question.
I got the titties, so get on the board. Did you hear me?
I laughed because your giggle.
Okay.
Kat's taking pain pills, so she's in rare form tonight.
Oh, is that what it is?
Somebody does have a question. Somebody said, when you stand up, where does your lap go? Maybe that was just a funny question.
What? When you stand up, where does your lap go? I don't get that one.
Yeah,
it might just be a funny
Was that Elliot's question?
Who is that?
Going Uper Fitz Family Constrictors.
What kind of fucking name is that?
Underworld Exotic said, plugging any other recessives down the road into.
What?
No, that's what it said.
Plugging any other recessives.
Into your Desert Ghost Ghost project. Well, Desert Ghost Hypo project.
Oh, I see it now. Into the, yeah.
Yeah. Pod, Exantic.
Quad.
Yep. It's coming. Very soon.
That's fucking nuts.
Oh, someone said they're just staying up for you because they're a big fan.
Who?
Angel. I don't know how to say her last name.
Godinez.
Yeah.
All right. Who is this then? I don't know this person.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
That's me. Excuse him, Angel.
All right, Angel, where are you from?
You got to have a lot of fans. A lot of like fanboys and fangirls, I bet.
I think they're scared to even talk to me because I really don't keep up. It's not that I don't want to talk to them. I just don't get a lot of people that message me and say, "Hey, you know, I follow you."
Oh, that was sweet.
I know. She said, send the prayers during your surgery. Thank you.
Surgery's already over.
Yes, but still, that was very nice. Thank you.
Oh, she had your back.
Yeah.
Think about getting Clown, Het, Desert Ghost down the road.
Don't nobody need Clown.
Don't listen to him.
Move on.
Yeah, I like Clown, but I am, my eyes are open about Desert Ghost. Desert Ghost is just.
I'm a guy from Corpus. Something.
Desert Ghost and TSK Exampic. My mind has changed a lot from this past season.
You're from Texas.
Corpus Christi, Texas. That's it. Texas.
No, going Uper. Oh, you heard me going Uper's feelings. They're nice. They're always on the lines. Hey, Angel, we are friends on Facebook.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt nobody's feelings. What does that mean? I mean, going Yoper Fitz?
Uper.
Uper Fitz?
Is Fitz your last name?
I think Uper is like an adjective.
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
I don't know what it means.
I live in the freaking sticks, man. I mean, some of this new terminology, I don't know.
You ate Bobcat? Is it this part? Elliot keeps asking about Bobcat.
Bobcats. Yes, we eat bobcat.
Really?
A bobcat.
Mm-hmm.
How the hell do you cook that?
Like any other cat.
So with sweet and sour sauce, a little soy,
You eat
little
Chinese
rice.
Somebody
Yeah.
said only eat cougars.
Hey, I like cougars too.
Who doesn't like cougars?
Oh my god. Upers are people from the upper
Peninsula of Michigan.
Yeah.
I've never heard that before.
No, me neither. But I've
Upers.
never been to Michigan.
Upers are.
I have a
Michigan's
lot of friends in Michigan. I've never heard that term before. Upers.
can't
Is that
mess
how
with-
we're saying it right? Is it Upers or Uppers? Yopers.
Oh, never heard of it. Michigan's too cold for me. I want to get away from the cold. It's colder over there.
What
Okay.
I don't know.
So what is it? What does it taste like? The Bobcat.
Cougars or bobcats?
We'll start with cougars.
They said we're saying it right. It is Upers.
Upers?
Yeah.
Somebody said cougars are tasty.
Yeah, be careful though. Some cougars come with crabs.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
So how did you cook the Bobcat?
So I've only cooked one bobcat in my life, and bobcat is very similar to like a coon or squirrel. So it's a really greasy meat. So similar to bear as well. So
Okay, I've had bear.
Boiling it really helps get some of the wild taste out of it, and then you can pretty much do whatever you want to. You can hamburger it out, steak it up if you wanted to, cut the ham, shoulders, back straps, that type of stuff. So I'm not a big fan of it, but I'm not all about just trophy hunting. So if we shoot something, we eat it no matter what it is. So that's I don't know. You need to go try it. That's all I'm gonna say.
You ever try woodchuck?
Well, we don't have woodchucks here, so
You don't have woodchucks down there?
nope.
Oh, those little fat fucks are all around New York. They eat
So-
my tomatoes.
Is the woodchuck and the chipmunk same thing?
A woodchuck looks like a beaver without a big tail and big
Then
teeth.
no. Okay. So we have beaver here, but we don't have woodchucks.
I don't think I've ever seen
I've never
one.
had beaver. Well, the animal beaver.
Hey now. One of my gamer tags, Beaver Street. 'Cause
Okay.
we walked by a road and I started laughing my ass off. My son's like, "What are you laughing at?" I'm like, "Beaver Street." And then I explained to him what a beaver is. He went nuts. He was like, "Dad, you're such a weirdo."
It's tacos for adults.
Yeah, it's above 18 tacos.
Yeah.
Served rare.
All right. Somebody said beavers and cougars. That's the best kind.
And you've eaten cougar as well, like the actual animal.
No, no, I haven't.
I'm so intrigued on the stuff you eat. I gotta say, man, it's like an interview with someone from Swamp People.
Damn.
I love Swamp People. All right, that's like a compliment. That's what Troy Landry. I wish he was I was related to him.
Surely is shooting.
Have you ever had gator bites?
Shoot him. I've had gator bites when I went to Baton Rouge. My plane landed at 6:30, and by 8:30, I was at a bar eating gator bites.
Yeah.
With remoulade sauce. Oh, shit was so good. I'm actually thinking of. I was planning on doing it over the summer, but it just didn't work out. I was going to actually order a gator because I watched a video of someone smoking a gator.
With my frog legs.
Yeah. We eat the whole frog except for the head.
I've never ate frog legs, so I don't know.
I've ate a pile of frog legs. I've never ate anything but the legs, though.
The Filipino culture doesn't waste anything. So years back, a lot of years ago, I told my father, I'm like, I'm going to this grocery store. They have these massive fucking frogs in a barrel, this Asian market, and he was like, "Oh, get some." So I bought 5 of them, and I bought them live, and I brought them home, and we processed them. He's like, "Oh, he's like, you gotta cook everything, not just the legs. So it's just the body, and you clean everything out. You soak it in vinegar, salt, and pepper, and then toss it in flour and throw it in the fryer." And it was tasty, man. It was so funny watching the kids eat it. Kids loved it. Kids were like fighting over it.
Yeah. We eat crawfish here.
Oh, that's good.
Never had crawfish.
I love some crawfish.
Straight out the ditch.
Well, that's the thing. Up here, it's like, I want to eat crawfish, but it's always cooked already. When I see it at the grocery store,
Yeah.
I just can't imagine it being as.
Now we go dig them out of the ditch and cook them that night.
A friend of mine does a thing where you can order crawfish. You order them live, and they come live.
Really?
Yeah. So
maybe I need to get in that.
Get into that business.
Yeah.
I'll be your first customer, man. You can send me some venison and some crawfish. What else you got down there I can fucking eat?
Quail. Turkey.
What is?
Quail.
We got turkey. We got turkeys up here. I never had wild turkey.
Oh, man.
Oh, it's so much better than that store-bought turkey.
Dude, I didn't even realize till this past year, wild turkey is like where it's at, man. Like, soon as turkey season hits, my butt's going to be in the woods. I'll eat turkey over anything here.
Really?
That's the best meat in Georgia. I don't care what nobody says.
Gator bites. I fucking want gator bites.
Somebody said armadillo. We shoot the crap out of some armadillo. They're a nuisance here. But I've never eaten it. I've never even heard of anybody eating it.
There's armadillo in Georgia?
Oh, yeah.
I'm learning so much about Georgia today.
Yeah, I murder some freaking armadillos. We have some property. It's about 190 acres that we hunt. And I've probably killed 100 armadillo off of it. It's just ridiculous.
This is a good question. Have I ever eaten balut? Yes, lots of times. I like balut.
What is that?
A balut is a 16-day-old fertilized duck egg.
Oh, I've had it. Not
good.
Not my thing.
I don't like the juice.
Yeah, not my thing.
I don't like the juice, but I like the goodness inside.
Yeah.
My father is all like, I don't know. He loves that shit. He cracks that egg open, puts it on his rice.
So you don't cook it? You eat it like raw?
No, it's cooked. It's boiled.
Yeah. I like this Angel guy. I don't know who he is, but I need to meet him. We have a lot of good taste. He said gig and bullfrog.
Yeah, bullfrog is good. Don't eat any armadillo. You can get leprosy from.
Yeah, I don't eat armadillo.
I saw a video one time where someone had as a pet. It looked fucking awesome.
What?
I don't know. Because aren't they like? What are they even considered? Are they considered a reptile?
Armadillo? No.
They're-
Armadillos are they're mammals, right?
Aren't they rodents?
Or are they rodent? I don't know.
Well,
Well,
rodent's a mammal.
yeah, technically, but
They'll need to eat some ostrich. That's another thing I want to try.
ostrich.
Ostrich eggs. Massive fucking eggs.
I've had the eggs before. I don't know if I've had the actual meat from an ostrich. So,
Imagine that shit. Fucking ostrich leg.
dude, I think it's got to be good.
Fucking massive.
It's got to be good.
Oh, they're mammals. Iguana? I want to try iguana.
You can eat iguanas?
Oh yeah, they taste like chicken. I heard.
I've heard that. I have never had one.
My buddy Wiggy, he's from Panama, and when he was a kid, he tamed a wild iguana. So the iguana just hung out in his backyard all the time. And they had a family party, and before the party, his grandmother went out there, saw the iguana in the yard, and she thought it was wild. So she walked up behind that iguana, she fucking caught it, turned that shit into soup. So now everybody's eating iguana soup for dinner, at the thing. And the grandmother goes, "You wouldn't believe it. I've never been able to catch an iguana. Earlier today, I went in the backyard. I saw that iguana, and I was able to just pick it right up and kill it."
Nice.
And my buddy Wiggy was like, "That was Iggy the iguana."
Oh my goodness.
Fucked up, Grandma ate my pet iguana.
That's funny. Yeah, emu.
Emu, I watched. I never know that people, because emu. I don't know. I see the commercial. I think they're such a fucking cool animal.
Yeah.
But
Like mini ostrich.
Bert Kreischer, the comedian guy, the guy that does his comedy with his shirt off, fat guy. He did this Netflix special where he was bringing famous people, and he was supposed to kind of cleanse himself by living in in the woods in a nice fucking building. But they brought emu there, but he ordered emu meat, but the thing wasn't processed. Now you got this filthy rich comedian that doesn't break down meat, and he's like, "What the fuck do I do with this thing?"
That's funny. Ugh.
Yeah, Bert Kreischer. Yeah, that's it. It's it does Kreischer.
Yeah.
I don't know. But you definitely we hit the record. This is the longest live stream I've done.
Yeah.
But it's awesome, man. I'm so glad that I grew the balls to send you a message. I was like, certain people you feel weird about. I was like, let me try it. I may have to call Shane for help on this one.
It's all good, man. As long as I got the time, I don't mind it. So,
Never bow hunt alligator gar.
I have never bow hunted with fishing, but I do want to try.
It's pretty cool. The fucking rope going with it, the line going with it.
Yep. I'd like to give that a shot. There's a lot. I mean, I'd love to freaking go bow hunting for elk or moose or antelope
I'd love to go hunting for that, period.
anything. Yeah. I mean, I'd love for Cassie to set up with a rifle and any of that stuff too. But
Or even just to see it in person, not mounted, but in person, in the woods, because you don't see that around here. So
Yeah.
it'd be pretty cool.
yeah, I've seen elk. I've seen moose within bow range. I just, wasn't hunting or whatever. But I've traveled a good bit. Cassie hadn't had the luxury that I have.
No, which is why I want to travel, and I'm trying to get him to go everywhere.
Yeah. Anybody from out of state that can get me tags to bow hunt anything, I will come.
Yes, please, 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 because
Cass
I want to
Cass just
go
wants to go.
wherever.
I just want to hunt.
I don't want to hunt. I just want to go travel and just see the world. You know what I mean? Because everywhere else is different. Like, it's not like it is here at my home. Like, my neighborhood is not like yours. It's not like it is in California. It's not like it is in what's it called up there? And what's the cold area? I done forgot. Brain fart. It's too late.
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling it. I've been up since 5 a.m.
Alaska. That's what I was thinking about.
I wouldn't mind going to Alaska. I want to go to Alaska and eat fucking salmon with the bears. Go to Alaska and bring a bottle of soy sauce and a ball of wasabi and fucking catch a salmon jumping upstream. That's my dream.
As rare as it gets there.
That's gonna be that's like my that's a very high on my bucket list. Is to pull out a knife and eat just salmon right out of the water.
What's that?
My parents have gone to Alaska twice. They love it. You can hunt boar anytime. Yeah.
Where's
Yeah,
that?
we have boar here. Hogs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Come on, Bridget. Think of something else.
It's legal to hunt hogs here all year, day or night.
Yeah. There's just so many. A lot of the farmers will hire people to hunt hogs on their land because there's so many tearing up the fields.
Do you guys have a fenced-in area because of the hogs?
No, we hunt 3 different properties and we don't have any fence. Actually, for whatever reason, we have very little hog on the 3 properties that we hunt. But we have friends that hunt other properties around us that are, have a lot of hog that we can go hunt if we want to. So I have a good buddy of mine that's basically all he does is hog hunts. So it's pretty fun stuff. I haven't gone in a while, but it's definitely fun riding around at night, shooting them night vision scopes.
Oh, that's like a dream for me. I would love to do that.
Yeah, we shoot them with the bows too. I mean, if we're in a deer stand and some hogs come in, we'll try to put as many arrows in them as we can. They're just such a nuisance here. Tear up so many fields, crops, and stuff, and we like to eat them. So, I mean, it's a dual purpose for us. One, it's fun to shoot, and 2, we get to eat them too. So,
oh yeah, man. That's why that's like my goal is to move somewhere because I mean, living off the land is a goal of mine, and having an unlimited supply of pork sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah, I mean, in Georgia, there's just so much wild game that we have here. Really and truly, if a man and a woman fished and hunted heavily, they could supply enough meat legally. Could supply enough meat to feed their family for a year's time, if they had the time to get out and hunt. But that's the other thing is the time. You just don't go sit in a deer stand and shoot a deer every time you get in it. I mean, I've hunted 3 or 4 weeks sometimes before I actually get something that I want to shoot or can shoot. And one deer on a family of 4, one deer is only going to feed them for maybe 2 weeks. So,
yeah. You guys have whitetail deer down there, right?
Yeah, whitetail. Yeah, I've never killed any other deer but whitetail. I'd love to hunt some mule deer or blacktail, but you have to acquire tags in those different states for that, and just something I've never pursued. I'd love to though.
Yeah, it sounds fucking awesome. All right, man. Well, it was so awesome meeting you both, but I am dying right now. I'm tired.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I'm like, I just realizing I've been up for 19 hours.
Goodness.
Yep, not a problem. I'm finna go get in a deer stand.
You're gonna take a nap and go, or you're gonna go right now?
No, I'll take a nap. So.
Like a 4-hour nap.
Yeah, I'll be over in about 3 hours.
Yeah, I'm saying, Chad said I'm tapping out, and I'm usually obese, but as I helped my friend out, I mean, I was out cutting fucking siding all day by hand. Kicks your ass.
Ain't
But
nothing like being outside working, man. That shit'll get to you.
but I mean, I'm so grateful. Glad that we were able to make this happen. I feel like I made two friends, so I appreciate it.
Not a problem. It was nice talking about other stuff other than just snakes. Not
Yeah.
that I don't mind talking about snakes, but most of the time everybody drills me on snake stuff, so it's been relaxing talking about other stuff that I enjoy.
That's my ADHD, man. I can't stay on topic. I got my fucking list over here, and I mean we hit almost everything on it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good time, man. I look forward to the future. I can't wait to buy a snake from you too. I gotta get some desert ghost out of you. Once everything starts working out better for me,
Not a problem.
But love what you guys do. I love the whole family thing. Coming from one family reptile company to another, I think it'll be cool to watch your kids grow up on it, and I look forward to the future.
Yeah, man, for sure. I was definitely glad to be on, and hopefully we didn't offend too many people, and so people got some intel on what life is here at Hardwired Exotics.
Yeah, hopefully you didn't scare away one of my 12 consistent followers.
Who was that? Who are we talking about?
Youper. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
I think they did leave.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that to anybody. That's just a weird name. I call it, man. I hate to say it, but
Amy's been drinking a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. But yeah, that was awesome, man. You got any shout outs to anything or anyone you want to do before we close this out?
No, screw all y'all.
Y'all are awesome.
I'm just kidding. No, back to what I started at, man. My heart goes out to all the snakes that Billy had. That's just terrible. Also, a local friend of ours, Sarah, she lost her longtime Savannah monitor today, and that was even for me, man. I've never even seen the lizard before, but it's got to suck. I mean, to lose a big monitor like that, that kind of sucks. So our heart and prayers go out to Billy and to Sarah today, especially. So I hate that all that happened, and I appreciate everybody joining in, checking us out. Great to be invited on this, and maybe we'll do some more in the future. If anybody has any questions or comments or whatever, man, just hit me up, Facebook, Instagram. I'll be glad to answer any questions. I don't try to hide anything here. So definitely been fun, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thank you. It was definitely absolutely awesome. One of the funnest live streams so far, I gotta say, man. This was great. You two are awesome.
Is it the accent?
It's the accent. I mean, the accent has me sold. I
just kidding.
Yeah, accent. Yeah.
I love Southern accents.
I like different accents too, so I know how you feel.
It's the other thing, man. It's the way we live.
Portuguese speaking people have great accents. Colombian, Brazilian.
I love Limey, man. That Australian accent.
The first time I ever met him,
accent.
I was just like, "Can you continue talking? I just want to hear you talk."
You know we're talking about Limey? You know Limey?
Yeah, Australian.
Austrian.
He is so
Austrian.
Yeah.
Oh no, I met a couple Austrians.
Yeah, Limey's a trip. So good as gold, man. I love me some Limey. So.
But it was definitely great. You guys have a great night. Enjoy your night off with the children.
Yep, finna get some sleep and go shoot some deer in the morning.
Yeah. Get a nice steer so you can ship me some venison.
Right on. Hey,
You
we'll
can
see y'all. Thanks.
Bye, y'all.
Later, guys. So that was awesome. I gotta say, I am exhausted, but holy shit, we almost hit 4 hours. And it was so smooth and everything was so great. I hope you guys liked it. And hopefully we'll see you next week. I got CH Reptiles. They'll be my guest next week. And then the following week, so I said, it's called the After Christmas Circle of Jerks. I don't have 100% confirmation from everyone yet, but I know Gomez will be there. I know Chad from Richie's Recesses will be there. I know David Cease will be there. Hopefully Nick from Nivial Exotics will be there. Tom from Atypical. Should be a fun night because pretty much instead of just live chat making fun of me and making fun of each other, we all get to live stream together and talk shit to each other. So it should be fun. So save that date. Please like, follow, subscribe. We got a new video coming out on Monday, but I am going to enjoy tomorrow hanging out with the fam. So thanks again, everybody. It was a great time. And peace.